I feel like we be dipping for 4 months and then come back like, hey, what's up, bro? I got the money.
Y'all know y'all
You
missed
know.
us. Y'all missed us. Basically, y'all
We
missed
put
No.
on
me.
Michael Jordan
Shoot,
return
we
every
say that
single
every
time.
single time.
Well, what's up, guys? I'm Vic from Quarter Sports. You know the vibes. Mike, Fazo, Mark.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be an
Yep.
interesting day. We're gonna talk football, basketball, like we always do, and we're just gonna jump right into it. So, I guess we'll start off with week 2 of football.
Oh man,
Second
It's a
week of
great week,
football
honestly.
back.
it was.
Man, football is back, bro. I
It
didn't know
was.
it was
It was.
well.
It was a
It's not
good
really a
and a
It
bad
bad.
really
week, to be
feels in
honest.
like that
Yeah,
whole, like in life, like just a football
facts.
being back.
Yeah, that's great. But what comes to everything
It was
else?
a bad week
It's
at the
really
same
not a
time.
good week.
Yeah, exactly. It was
Like,
a bad
not
week
gonna
too.
flag, bro. It's really not a good week. It's really like a. But I'll start listing off. The teams that played and the scores. So we're gonna start off with the Ravens Texans game. Who thought otherwise?
Uh,
Raven flock, big trust. I have nothing else to say.
I mean,
Hey,
The Texans are
I
garbage.
really
speaking
didn't
of
watch that
Ravens,
game.
speaking of Ravens, I don't know if that's one of our topics, but they play the Chiefs next week.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, they sure
sir.
do.
Monday Night
Okay.
Football. Lamar Jackson's never lost a primetime game. He's also never won against the Chiefs. So one of those is gonna have to one of those records gonna have to give.
Bro, the Chiefs is weak. First of all, Justin Herbert gave them the beat. I don't give a damn. The Chiefs is weak as hell. Justin Herbert gave them the beats by Drake exclusive. First of all, we're gonna get there. But anyway, so we played. We beat the Texans. Bengals, Browns. Baker's back, sorta.
That was a
I
good
don't
game.
know, bro.
I
Sorta.
wouldn't say
I don't
he's
know. I don't
back.
say he's back.
Sorta. I
It
said
He
was a good
played
sorta.
sign
against
though.
the Bengals defense.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is it is an improved deep Bengals defense though from last
It
year.
is, but at the same
They
time,
did spend money in the offseason, but it's
But they're
still the
trash.
Bengals.
They're still trash. They're still
Yeah, it's
trash.
still
yeah,
the Bengals.
it's still pretty bad.
It was nice to see
So
Odell being good again. No, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie to
it
you.
did. Yeah, it did. It was
I seen
nice
a
seeing
lot of
him.
flack about Odell, like is Odell elite? Yes, Odell is still elite. Just Baker doesn't give him the ability to.
It's just
I
like
don't know.
from like the way Odell is as a receiver, he has to get involved early. Like in New York, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? It was just him. So it's like he needs to get involved really early in the game and then you'll see him produce. And like I feel like in Cleveland past years, he hasn't really been like involved like that. Like I'm saying, they kind of push him and like whatever happens, you'll get the ball eventually when you're open. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
think
what were you
you can
saying?
continue. My bad. No, you can continue. Go.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, yeah, they just need to involve him more early, get him more looks, good looks, not just some screen passes and stuff like that. They need to get him like actual like deep digs across the middle, couple out routes, just get him involved.
Mm. I was gonna say they can do what the Giants, not really much the Giants, but the Dolphins do this a lot with Jarvis Landry. They'd line him up in the backfield and give him flares or quick screens. Like you can
Yeah,
do it that
just give
way.
him the rock
Like
some type of way.
give Odell the
Yeah.
football, but I know they don't want to. They got Chubb and Kareem. Like there's no need to give Odell the ball that much. We got those two.
Yeah,
So, but anyway,
nah, feed
Bears
him.
Giants.
I
No,
was say feed him.
no, don't feed Nick Chubb and let everything else
I
work for
mean,
itself.
Kareem Hunt's
That's
better,
how.
but
It's better to
Yikes!
feed the running game.
Yikes! Kareem Hunt is not better.
What?
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I can agree. I can agree. I can agree.
I think
All
Kareem
right.
Hunt's better.
Okay.
But that's not
Anyway,
that's a different argument.
that's
Okay.
anyway. Bears, Giants. Money Mitch is back, sorta,
He threw
kinda.
2 picks.
Bro,
Money
both of them weren't
boy.
his fault. Neither of them were his fault.
No,
Actually, both were
He
bad.
threw
Both
two
were
picks.
drops. Both
The
were
Giants put
drops.
up a better fight than what I expected. The Giants had
Yeah, after losing
the
Saquon,
fourth
but
ranked defense in the league, and I was completely shocked.
no, the Giants offense is about to suffer because Daniel Jones has not played good the last 2 games.
He hasn't. It's been bad picks. It's not even picks that like Jameis picks where it's like you just
It's
don't
like,
like his picks are like, hey, come
what are
on,
you
man.
looking at? Yeah, what are you looking
Misreads.
at?
And it's like a lot of just poor he's making a lot of rookie picks. I'll say that. Where picks are like he looks like he's nervous. He just throws that. I'm about to cut. He just throws it up. Like there's a lot of those type of picks.
Yeah, like low key. One guy that I think has been shown up for the Giants is Evan Ingram. He is really starting to
Darius
convince me.
Slayton, have you not seen him?
Darius Slayton had like 3 drops in the Bears
I'm
Bears
talking
game.
about the Steelers game.
Oh, the Steelers?
That
No,
man's
no,
looking
no.
elite.
Man, best tight end in the league right now? Evan Ingram, I can tell, bro. Top
Nah,
5.
Evan Ingram drops a lot of balls, man. A lot of
He's a
balls.
playmaker. You put the balls in it. He has Odell play type. I'm not gonna hold you.
Okay.
If he I can see I see the vision. Like if you want to make him your main focus of the offense, he can. The Giants don't really
I
want
mean,
to.
all the elite offenses in the NFL, they do have an elite tight end.
Elite tight end.
The Chiefs,
So,
look at the Ravens. Like, you know what I'm
look
saying? They
at
all have some type of form of elite tight end.
49ers. They all have. You can
Even
argue the
Seattle
Eagles,
tried to replicate that. They tried to bring. I mean, Greg Olsen might not be elite anymore, but
but
you
they
know what I'm saying.
That's
realize
still a big
if you
name.
want if you want to have a really proficient offense, you need a tight end that can facilitate and make those hard catches. But speaking of the Seahawks, the Seahawks played the what was it, the Pats?
Yep.
Great game.
Yeah, great game.
It was a really
Great way
good
to end the
game.
We're gonna
night.
get to that call. We're gonna get to that call. But 35-30 was the final. And then we also gonna talk about that. The Rams play the Eagles. The Eagles are
Carson Wentz, man.
Oh, man.
I'm off the
Man,
It's
bandwagon.
Jalen
bad.
Hurts time,
no
baby.
comment on the Eagles, bro. No
I'm
comment
off the
on
bandwagon,
Eagles.
bro.
No comment on
Bro,
the Eagles.
I
Should
had
never
so
been
much
on.
hope for him.
Damn. No, he's still good. It's just the cast he has doesn't help his flaws now. Like before,
He don't
was
have any
playing,
confidence anymore, bro.
yeah,
He really
like
don't.
that's what I'm
Just shot
seeing.
now.
And the players that the team like it's like his play went down, the defense play went down, the offense play went down, the offensive line went down clearly. The only thing that really got improved in the offseason was the receiving core. But
And
that
they're
doesn't
all
mean
They
hurt.
barely had any of
and
that
they're
from
all
the begin with.
like really, Jalen Rager just dislocated his finger, I think, or has a
Yeah.
concussion, one of the two.
This is thumb. He like
It's
fractured
his
something
thumb.
like that.
D-Jack is like 33. He's still one of the best deep threats in the NFL, but you can't just throw deep bombs every play. They're not
Only
giving
can
the
do
ball
so
to Zach
much.
Ertz. Like it's just a lot going on, and like it's bad when you have Zach Ertz, which is who is a legit top 5 tight end, and he's getting outplayed by the opposing team tight end, and he's not even a top 15, top 25 tight end. Like
You don't
not
even know
saying
his
Tyler
name
Higby,
type
not saying
thing.
Tyler Higby, yeah, like you probably don't know Tyler
Unknown.
Higby. Not saying Tyler Higby's a
Exactly.
scrub, but he's not in the top 10 conversation for who's the best tight end playing football right
Hey, he
now.
put up
Just
fantasy
keeping it a
points, though.
bean.
That's all I know.
But he gave you 3. So you know that's a problem when you have an elite tight end and he's not touching the ball nowhere enough, and then like it's just can't even get into how bad they look. Buccaneers beat the Panthers. I still don't think Brady and that offense is gelling, but that's just me.
They just look. Brady looks old, bro.
Oh, okay. Wait
Brady
till we
looks
get to my
really
team.
old,
I
bro.
think that's a
Hey,
good
nah,
point. Brady
yeah.
really just looks old. Like I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't look like
It look like a
it's not like he
40-year-old
doesn't
playing
look
football.
elite. Yeah, he just looks like a 40-year-old man playing football.
Brett Favre
Like,
vibes.
Nah, Brett Favre.
Nah, Brett Favre was
Man,
balling
yeah,
whenever he
bro,
was old.
balling. I don't know about
Oh,
that.
God, he
he
was
did.
balling.
Okay. I ain't gonna cut him that much. All right, he did go 3 rounds deep, so I gotta cut him some slack.
If it wasn't for Bounty Gate, he probably would have won the whole thing, in my opinion.
Oh my goodness, you know what?
That's just me.
Hey,
But
they was
anyway,
at
Let
that
me have
man's
my
head.
time.
They was at that man's head.
Man, I'm talking about, bro, 50 bands for this boy Brett Favre.
Oh, God, 50
And they was
bands.
like, say
Yo.
let's
You
go
heard him?
slide.
It's
Greg
all
Williams
yours.
is a beast for that.
No,
He said all yours.
Bro,
You won't
no
get him.
cap, bro.
Oh, wow.
The funny fact about all that is the fact Sean Payton act like he saw nothing.
Sean Payton knew, bro. Sean Payton was just like,
God.
man, y'all do what y'all
He
got to
turned
do to
the
get
other
us this
cheek.
ring, bro.
Bro said,
Just do what y'all got to do to get
He
us
said,
this
hey,
ring.
I'm only worried about the offense.
Nah, for real, y'all do what y'all got to do over here. Me and you gonna eat.
It said, y'all holding 25 points, we win. All right, that's all I need y'all to do.
We got it, bro. That's all I'm asking.
No matter what you do.
Jets. 49ers, Jets. 49ers cracked the Jets, but the Jets look
Just
terrible.
lost to the freaking 49ers practice squad.
Man, 49ers lost Jimmy. They lost Nick.
At the same time, I feel like the 49ers
Solomon
did
Thomas.
lose too.
They lost Tariq. Like it's a mess. Like
Yeah, they lost.
injured.
I feel
We're
like
gonna
those
talk
2
about their
L's
injuries,
that
too.
day.
They lost
Like,
what's the running back's name? Mostert.
Yeah, Mostert, yeah.
Like, dude, they are.
There's 2 L's.
I think Jerick McKinnon is hurt too. Like they are in
crushed
calamity right now. They're 1-1, but that win is really an L because then they come out damaged. But we gotta talk about how Sam Darnold, like, it's not his fault. I'm telling you, it's not. I've been saying for the longest, it's not. The team around him sucks.
Ass.
He doesn't help. He's not that good, but he doesn't help.
I mean, he hasn't really fully showed.
Bro, his number 1 receiver was Chris Hogan. No disrespect to Chris Hogan, But is Chris Hogan a true number one? Okay then.
Only reason
I
why
don't
he
know
was the
what
number
else to
one
say.
for the goddamn Patriots because our freaking number one is a slot player.
There you go.
I mean, really, Brady's just the GOAT too,
Yeah, Brady
and
just
that
do what
To
he
be
system,
do.
honest.
that
Brady
system
can have
goated
me,
too.
Mark, you, and Bronco. He gonna get us right. He gonna get us right, bro.
We gonna win us as
I'm
a
telling
chip.
you the truth.
Oh God,
He
to
gonna give
think
us all
about
the
it.
ring, bro. He
Is
can do
that,
all.
is
He
that
can have a
simple?
receiving core with
Hey,
me,
man.
you, Mark, and Faisal, and I promise you, we gonna eat.
Hey man, give him a little bit of height, and then we'll have Mark in the slot.
We gonna
Boy.
place the balls, boy. We gonna do work, boy. I'm telling you, we gonna cook. Anyway, Steelers, Broncos, another game where it was 2 L's taken. Broncos lost
Steelers
everybody.
really look like they
Oh yeah, that was
struggle.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? The Steelers didn't look bad, but they didn't look
Good.
like impressive. Cause like the Broncos, like Drew Driscoll was doing work. Like Drew Driscoll lit it
Was
up.
dotting them up.
It's not Drew Driscoll. What's his name? It's
Jeff Driscoll.
Jeff Driscoll.
Yeah.
Boy, that boy Jeff. I said, wow. So being a backup in the NFL is cold. Like
I mean,
like,
he's a
I was
bona
actually-
fide backup.
I'm
Like
actually surprised that they signed Blake Bortles after Jeff actually played a pretty decent game. Like he didn't play. He played a good enough game to keep him in it. But
I mean,
obviously
they
that
could have
running
signed
game-
Cap.
Broncos is getting.
I mean,
Let's
yeah,
throw
they
that
signed
out there
Cap,
now.
yeah.
I'm not. But the Broncos
Right
not
now.
signing Cap, bro.
Oh God.
Broncos definitely not signing Cap.
They
Him
should
and
have.
what's his name? John Elway. They got completely different views.
Bard. That's Bard, bro. I'm telling you straight up, Bard. Elway don't play that. With that my house salute, no sir.
Yeah, just go ahead and get that one out of the way.
Get that
Elway.
one
I
out.
mean, obviously he chooses the worst quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's not the
I
best
mean,
QB evaluator.
He really is.
He got
He got lucky with
Lock then,
Drew.
but
With Drew Lock, to be honest.
even then, Drew Lock before.
I mean, Drew Lock
was
is still it's the verdict's still out on him. Like we think he's good,
Yeah,
but he hasn't really necessarily done anything.
And now
Like,
he can be an all-sweeler. All we know.
Now we're probably going to get
Oh,
an even
my.
smaller sample size because he's supposedly out for 3 to 5 weeks, if more.
Oh yeah, he is out for
So-
a little minute.
But yeah, like
He can be all-sweeler.
that's tough. That's a tough way to start 0-2 for a team that had playoff hopes, like wild card hopes, and to even be a contender in that division now. Even though we know the Chiefs is winning it, to be a contender in that division.
of course.
But now you starting off 0-2. You lost your starting quarterback. You lost Cortland Sutton because he tore his ACL.
what's
already
that? The
lost.
other receiver,
Von Miller.
KJ Hamler, ain't that his name?
Yeah,
KJ Hamler, that's his name.
Hamler,
The receiver that you like a lot. Yeah, he's hurt too, isn't he?
KJ, is he?
He hasn't been playing.
Nah, KJ played last game.
Oh, he did. I
Mhm.
guess I'm tripping.
Yeah,
I
I
could've
don't
sworn
think-
seen
Yeah,
him.
KJ played last game. KJ played. Him and Jerry Judy gonna have to step up though for sure.
Oh yeah, Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Judy gonna
Him
really
and-
have to step
him and
up.
Judy, him and Jerry Judy gonna have to. Step
Hey,
up
Judy's
for
the
sure.
problem, bro. It's just his hands is like questionable. But
His
besides
hands,
that,
I don't think
like,
it's
he was,
questionable.
like,
It's
dominant.
Just, it's inconsistent. Yeah, it's inconsistent.
Yeah.
It's inconsistent. It's not like he can't catch the football. It's just I think he's looking for run after the catch too much.
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be
what he's
definitely
doing. Yeah,
making
he's
a
trying to
play.
do too much right now.
Yeah,
but
I don't
he was
blame
getting up against the Titans. Like, he was a problem. They literally couldn't stop him.
Oh yeah.
They couldn't
I
guard
will
him.
blame that because Adoree Jackson is hurt. So I feel like if Adoree was in there, I don't think all that would happen. But man, he was cooking them boys straight up, pork chops, chicken, whatever. He was cooking them. It don't matter, bro. He was cooking them. Speaking of the Titans, a good segue, Mark. Titans 33-30. The Jacksonville Jaguars holding their own, bro. Like
Hey,
They low key
Minshew.
are.
I
They
can't,
really
I
are.
can't tell if Minshew's good or not. I can't tell if he's good or
I
not.
don't.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
he's
it's
good.
still
He's
it's still
very
up in the air
serviceable.
for him
the
too.
eye test, he's not good. But then when you look at the paper and the stats, you're like, bro,
He's
you
doing something.
can't deny it at all.
Bro,
You just can't.
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't agree with the eye test because in the eye test, I'm like, damn, this boy can play some football.
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, I see it too. Like
I see the.
like I can
Do
see
you
how
think they
good
still
he is.
try to get Trevor, or like, what do you think? What do you think?
Nah, they're not even
they
gonna
go from
in the NFL. I don't even think they have the Jets are probably gonna get Trevor. Like, I think it's sad because I really do believe in Sam Darnold heavy. I just don't think they have to fire Gase. They gotta change everything.
They
The owner
do
has
got
to
fire
fire
that coach.
Everybody, just fire everybody and rebuild. Give
Oh
this
God, they
poor
need a
boy an
total
offensive line for God's sake.
demolition.
Do you see how he had to run away from nobodies with the 49ers defense line?
yeah.
Nicky Bosa wasn't even chasing him. Randoms were chasing him, and he was still making plays. Bruh,
That nigga, like he dropped back and instantly, like he couldn't even get to his
It's not
first
even
read.
like 1, 2. Okay, it's 1 half slammed with pressure. It's really
It's-
disgusting. And
it's
fans
really
will
bad.
give Sam Darnold a hard time, but I'm like, bro, who is he working with? You can give me one legit weapon or one legit piece on that offense that he can work with, other than Le'Veon Bell, because Le'Veon Bell's hurt.
Yeah.
And they put it on IR. And IR now in the NFL, they changed it. It's a 3-week minimum, and then they're just
Yep.
injured. And
That's the
you're
team's
on the
fault,
roster.
man. They should never got rid of Robbie Anderson.
It's not like that, man. Anyway,
I mean,
but
Robbie
anyway,
out
that
there
was,
eating in Carolina.
to be
He can't say
honest,
the
what
bone.
really happened?
yeah,
They just
him
let
and
him
Teddy
free.
be throwing that
Yeah.
thing, boy. Teddy Bridgewater throwing that rock.
Hey, I'm happy for
No.
Teddy. Happy for Teddy, man.
Slinging that rock. They're 0-2, though, so it don't even matter, Mike.
Hey.
He's throwing the football.
Hey, as long as he's
Throwing the
succeeding,
football.
bro,
He
I don't
0-2.
care about the record. As long as he's succeeding.
I'm
So,
dead.
I don't care about the
Green Bay
record.
and the Lions. Green Bay destroyed the Lions, but I expected that. We all did. Stafford
Oh,
didn't have
yeah.
a bad game again.
Hey,
but
hey.
it's again,
But
what
Stafford
do
be,
you do when you have
man.
nobody?
Talk
What
about
do you
a quarterback
do
on the
when you
older
have
side
nobody?
who's looking really good. That dude,
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers?
Rodgers ain't playing with nobody, bro.
I keep
He's
telling
pissed
you.
off,
who
bro. I
said,
told y'all,
Yeah, I
man.
told
Yeah,
you.
he's
He
mad.
pissed
Deshaun
this
told
nigga
y'all.
off.
better than
Oh
Aaron
God.
Who?
I said a pissed off Aaron Rodgers, bro, one of the best players in the
He
league,
probably
bro.
a pissed off Aaron Rodgers is Michael Jordan.
Bro,
Straight
like,
up.
he took it
Dude
personal.
is ridiculous. On God, he
took
took
it
a
and they got a
100%
run game
personal.
now, and they got a run game. It's like, bro.
On God, they
Bro,
running back is
Aaron
cold.
Jones is
Hey,
legit.
hey, I love you, bro.
Top-
He's on my fantasy.
Oh.
He's on my fantasy, so I love him
Aaron
right now.
Jones is legit top 10. He
Aaron
was
Jones
cold
leading the
in-
league in
He was
rushing.
cold in
Hey,
UTEP. He was
exactly.
cold in
I think
UTEP.
in fantasy, averaging like 42 points in fantasy.
Yeah, he's leading,
That's
he's leading the
high.
league in rushing
Is
right
a
now.
legit running back. If you didn't watch the Detroit game, go watch the Detroit game. I'm talking about hitting the hole with fire, like
Hey,
straight up. I seen a stat that said he averaged like 8.7 or 9 yards a carry. That's a first down. He's averaging a first down
Every time he touches
a
the rock.
carry. That's insane. Yeah, I'm looking. Let me
That's
look at the stats right
crazy.
now. Yeah, 18 touches, $168,
like
9.3,
18
and
with
2
a buck
touchdowns.
68.
$168 on 18, 9.3. Granted, it is the Lions defense, but the Lions defense wasn't terrible last year. They're not really terrible this year.
Exactly.
But man. But yeah, gotta talk about Jeff Okuda.
Oh Lord, that
Yeah,
boy.
he was burnt toast, man.
It was getting cooked out there. I won't say he was burnt up, but he was getting cooked out there. But honestly,
He was
unless
burnt
you're
toast,
Jalen
man.
Ramsey, I don't expect you
Barbecue
to be,
chicken.
I don't expect you to be a top flight.
He's a rookie though. Wasn't that his first game? He didn't play game one, so I mean.
No, I don't think so. So
Yeah,
and he
it's-
led the team in tackles. So like I don't expect first round corners, or really any corner that's a rookie in the NFL to just come out the gates. Just
I mean,
balling,
against
unless
Devontae
you're
Adams,
Jalen
Devontae
Ramsey.
Adams' route run is literally second to none, like in the
It
league.
really is.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
you're
really
right about
class,
that.
It's top class, like top class. Like not only like an athlete, but route running. Like this is the route running you sit there and like you coach film on. Like it's not like, oh, we're out there trying to work on our craft. No, this is the craft. You must try to be like this. So I'm not really bugging about it, but it's whatever. Bills, Dolphins, Josh Allen, MVP type beat.
Yeah, he eating, bro. He's dangerous.
He really is.
He's a big bro. He threw for 415 yards and 4 touchdowns.
It's a bad man.
Bruh.
Man, I saw that. Man, I saw that clip that he threw that one linebacker into the ground. I was like, God.
He's running the football.
Oh God. I was like, God.
Hey,
He's a really bad man.
He is.
I'm not gonna hold you. The Tim Tebow comparisons are starting to like really, like
I never
Like,
bought into that.
watched-
Even
I watched
like
the
out of
highlights.
college, it didn't make any sense.
Like I watched the highlights. I was like, bro, where did y'all get the Tim Tebow from?
I only see it either. I mean, Josh Allen,
Like
he got an
mean,
arm.
If you're comparing like running skill set for sure, but
Yeah.
no, Josh.
But
Allen,
arm wise,
freaking
Josh Allen got a
bang.
strong arm.
Holy- Bro, there was I don't know if he threw it to Diggs. I don't know who it was, but he was rolling out and he just flicked it and it flew from the opposite hash to the opposite hash and it was a dot. I said, Jesus Christ! Like, whoo, Josh Allen is a monster, and like his schedule isn't too bad this year. So like low key, like
They're trying to win that division.
man,
really
low
are.
key, the Bills Mafia, they gonna stand out for real. And Stephon,
Hey, they
Diggs
suffered
leading that
enough, man.
system.
They lost 4 straight Super Bowls. It's time for them to finally. It's
Like,
time for them to finally
Stephon
get some
Diggs
wins.
is eating in that system. Like they're doing work.
That's Stephon and Josh Allen connection like off of just
money.
2 weeks,
First
no
of all,
preseason.
Mm-hmm. The big corner. Mm. Oh my goodness.
Sure, no cap, they're improved. I didn't expect them to just get manhandled in the first half like that.
Haskins improved.
Yeah, no cap. Haskins improved a lot. Like you can see the progression from this team. Like it's not the same terrible team.
You can see the
year, like,
carryover from the end of the year last year, like because he was actually playing good at, like by the end of the year or better.
and you can see the progression.
And you could see like the progression, like what you say, yeah.
Like that, but yeah, Kyler Murray, man.
The Kyler and Hopkins pairing, that's banging too.
Man, Cook, you're gonna make that boy cook. Him and Russ just It's like, bro, just put the ball in their hand, let them do work. They don't even need to play. It's really
They're playing
4
backyard
quarterbacks in
football.
the NFL for sure that can just do that. It's Pat, it's Russ, it's Lamar, and it's Kyler. Give them the football, don't call no play. Let them cook, bro.
They're just playing backyard
guys
football,
gonna
man.
work. I mean,
That's really what they're doing, to be honest.
Speaking of the Chiefs, Chargers, Chiefs barely.
I don't feel good the same way about the Chiefs, bro.
Bro, I'm not gonna hold you. It speaks a lot to Pat Mahomes as a quarterback. Like, they should have really lost that game, but they pulled back, and then the Chargers tied it, and it went to OT, and Pat Mahomes put them in a position to win. So it speaks a lot to Pat Mahomes as a quarterback. But the Chargers, man, Justin Herbert. I finally watched the game because I didn't get a chance to watch the game. Justin Herbert was killing
Poised,
it.
bro. Poised.
Bro.
To find out 5 minutes before kickoff that you're starting, you have for 300 yards and have, I think, 1 touchdown.
Yeah,
like ran it in, but still touchdown to touchdown.
And played amazing. So yeah, 2 total touchdowns, 190. Still played really well.
Did you see that ball he threw? I think it was Keenan Allen. It was it was across the middle. I wouldn't say it was a deep. It was like an intermediate throw.
I'm trying to remember.
But it was like in between like 2 people.
Nah, I don't remember.
Bro, that throw was just like, yeah, he's for real. He legit.
Yeah, he's more than legit. Austin Eckler cold too. I like Austin Eckler a lot.
Oh yeah,
that was my first time actually watching Austin Eckler like full through, like not highlights but full through. I was like, damn, he was undrafted. Yeah, Austin Eckler runs with some kind of anger. Like he's not really that. That's not his profile as a running back, but he runs with anger. So I like that. So the Chargers' future is bright on offense for sure. Their defense is gonna have to figure it out. I know they lost Melvin.
Derwin too, bro.
Lost Melvin. I know they lost Derwin, but they got to figure it out, bro.
The defense is good, but when Derwin is there, because I don't know if you remember, like last year, I think Derwin played the last 3 or 2 games. Yeah. When he came back, they actually looked
it was like they were
good again.
Rejuvenated. Yeah,
they looked good again. So he's a huge Band-Aid to that offense.
Like really big.
I mean, the defense,
big
my bad.
Band-Aid. Like a really big Band-Aid to that defense, because every fault can be corrected when you have an elite safety. Like, and you didn't used to believe that. I'm like, well, how much can the safety impact the game? But yeah, a lot of your defensive faults can be corrected with elite safety.
Yeah, for sure.
Raiders played the Saints, man.
Drew Brees, bro. Just go ahead and start selling insurance, bro. It's done.
Let's just start selling insurance.
Let me just go to that topic right now, bro. Is Drew unfinished? Cause, bro.
Drew Brees was let me see. Hold on, let me count. Drew Brees Drew Brees is probably the 4th best quarterback on that field.
Oh my god!
Like, bro. Derek Carr was better than him. I'm pretty sure James could have did better than that. Taysom Hill, I mean, like they put Taysom Hill in whenever.
Probably could have did better than that, bro.
And Marcus Mariota, like
Marcus Mariota, I'm dead,
bro. Like it's not even funny to like. I don't really like talking about like quarterbacks that are past their prime, but bro,
he washed, bro. He's done, bro.
Bro, that boy is finito.
They put him through the dryer, bro. He is washed.
His arm just isn't the same. Like the age is getting to him. Like it really is. Like you're seeing Father Time touch him. Like
you're seeing you see the Saints offense without Michael Thomas.
You seen that too, yeah.
I never thought in a million years I'd say that, but like, yeah, Drew Brees he's washed, bro. His arm isn't there. Like there was oh my god, there was a throw. Was it? I'm trying to remember. I think it was oh my gosh. It was the pick. It was the pick before halftime. And I was like, Drew.
Oh yeah.
Did you underthrow him, or like did you not see him there?
You know what this this looks really like reminiscent of? It reminds me of the season that the Broncos won the Super Bowl when Peyton Manning was playing terrible. And so it just seems like
whenever
it looks like.
Peyton couldn't even pass it over 30 yards.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't think Drew can still throw for 300, bro. That's not Drew threw for 300 last game. It's just you can see that his arm obviously is not a launcher anymore. It's more or less like dink, 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 20, 30, dink, 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 dink. Oh, you might throw 50, dink, dink, dink. Like, because it's crazy because, like, I watched the Steelers game and Ben Roethlisberger threw like a 60-yard bomb to one of the receivers. He still got it. Yeah, I'm like, damn, okay, Ben, you can still zip it for sure.
Right. But Ben definitely got 1 or 2 more years in.
Now, so let me go ahead and talk about these damn Saints.
They choked the lead too.
literally, if you look at the stats line, bro, the Saints lost in almost every fucking category. I'm sorry, I'm cussing.
This man is upset,
Bro.
Oh my
He's
god.
irate.
Like, it literally
He
utterly
is
ridiculous
irate.
how you lose almost every category as an NFL team.
That
Like,
boy's pissed.
bro, you lose in turnovers. You lose in pass yards. You lose in rushing yards. You lose in pass defense.
Oh my
You lose in
God.
rushing defense. How?
Oh my God.
How? How?
How?
Losing penalties. We get almost 200 yards in penalties.
Damn, really?
Oh yeah, they sure did. Yeah, they sure did. I remember
How is
that.
that possible? We have like 2 or 3 pass interference calls.
Got that bad horse collar too.
And
That boy
then,
Darren
Yeah,
Waller,
that
y'all
was
couldn't
a horse
stop that
collar, yeah.
man.
No, you know what's crazy? Derek Carr looked elite. Derek Carr looked
Man, on God, Derek Carr
actually
actually looked really good.
Derek Carr was killing it. Derek Carr
He
had
looked
2
really
touchdown
good
passes
that game.
this
He
week.
took advantage of that
Derek
team.
Carr was really like, don't replace me yet, brother. But Derek Carr was never bad to begin with. That was a really good
Then
game.
his tight end, bro, his tight end was going off.
Darren Waller.
He was going
Former Raven.
smooth off. They
Yeah,
had to
former
give
Raven
him
too,
the
you know that's
Gronk
crazy?
they
Yeah.
had to give him the Gronk treatment, and still
know
was
what's
tearing
crazy?
them up.
Not Kareem Hunt. Alvin Kamara is pulling the he's 80, 85 a game and catch for 115. Like he's probably Alvin Kamara, depending how long Michael Thomas' injury is, Alvin Kamara might be 1,000. Cause like
I'm dead.
I don't
Bro,
know.
you're not careful where you're looking, but apparently he ain't gonna be out for long. He said like the max is like 5 weeks, but he said 3 weeks. He should be back in 3 weeks if things go as supposed to go.
But it's an ankle injury. You don't want to rush that.
I know.
Yeah, low key.
I mean,
That's one of those you kind of just until he feels right. You know what I mean?
Exactly. He gonna hit the He don't have to hit the Kawhi.
Yeah, with ankle injuries, they like even when you come back, like they still kind of hurt a little bit. Like
Yeah,
those
they
kind of
sure
like,
do.
those injuries don't really go anywhere. Like, they kind of
Yeah.
linger. So,
either way, it's not an excuse to fucking look so fucking.
but Mike,
God, Jesus. Bro, we finna lose our freaking.
Dang, we
We finna get boy.
bro.
God.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus
I haven't
Christ,
cussed
bro.
yet, and I'm the one that usually be cussing.
Man, we gonna have to get
Bro
you
is
the car.
heated,
Bro.
bro.
Chop that up,
God.
You off that powder, bro.
God, I'm gonna have to get some soap for you or something.
My
Bro is heated, bro.
Look, I.
No, you can watch it.
For Drew to look as bad as he did.
I don't want to say he looked bad.
There's no excuse, bro.
He didn't look bad.
On
It's
that
just
office to be looking that bad.
bro, he didn't look bad. It's just
No, he looked
He looked bad,
yeah,
bro.
he
looked bad,
bro.
Vic.
Because he didn't get
Vic,
sacked.
you copping,
He
please,
sacked
bro. He
the
looked
whole
bad,
game.
bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna flag.
You copping, please, bro. He looked
Stop
terrible.
capping for the boy. He sucked.
Man, Drew
Hey
Brees,
man, Jameis could have
God,
came
that
in there and did a little. No, he could have hit a little thing.
Jameis would have had like 400 yards. I mean, he might have threw 2 picks, but he
On
definitely
God, he
would
might
have
have threw them picks, but shoot,
he would have had 4 touchdowns.
Shoot, he gonna squint a little bit.
No, he actually got LASIK. He got his LASIK done.
Nah, I know, but I know he's still gonna squint and he's gonna make an excuse of it. Like, yeah, it's my eyes.
And then Drew Brees gonna laugh in the interview, talk about, yeah, man, I just gotta score.
Nah, but I think
boy, ain't no laugh, boy. It's no laughing matter. It's your season.
I think one of the biggest things, like, to take away from that game is a time of possession. I'm looking at it right now. The Saints had 23 minutes of time of possession. The Raiders had 36 minutes of time of possession. There's no way you can win the football game. The team is holding the ball.
Yeah, I realized that throughout the whole game. Like, Derek Carr had that ball in his hand for a minute. For a minute.
Run the football. It's almost like he was growing as the game went on. Like
it did.
Pause.
No, hold on.
No.
Pause.
Bro was getting truck sticks like every other play almost.
Hey man, he think about what he's saying now. He trying not to cuss, and he trying to make sure.
Yeah, Mike, you just all type of flagrant. But yeah, man, when you lose a possession game, and then like Mike said, when you lose a possession game, and then You have 10 penalties resulting in 129 yards lost. Like, there's no way you can win.
You're chalking up the L.
Bro, you're just talking. You want to lose.
Bro,
like, the Raiders had 3 penalties for 13 yards. The Raiders were the better team. Point blank, period.
Yeah,
really?
They played better football overall.
They really did.
Like, I hope this is not I hope this does not continue for the Saints, because if it continues,
Sean Payton figure out his contract on line too.
On God, hey man, everybody finna be selling insurance.
Hey, what? And Drew Brees be showing football to his kid, but he keep playing. I'm not playing with this dude.
I'm dead.
But anyway, speaking of quarterbacks, Tyrod Taylor did not play.
Oh man, what happened to him was sad.
Bruh. Tyrod didn't play week 2, and then Justin Herbert found out 5 minutes before kickoff that he would be starting and balled. But we found out why Tyrod didn't play week 2, because the team doctor punctured his lung trying to administer a pain reliever.
Okay.
How?
Like, you are a team doctor. You should.
How?
I've
never heard of that.
Like I said, like why is it near his lung? Like, that's my whole.
It was for his ribs, because
they're investigating right now to see the
if
it was purposeful or not.
Acting fast on that, I ain't gonna lie. I'm actually
bro, that's kind of wild. Like,
I swore it was for his ribs.
But Tyra can't catch a break.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. Yeah,
because he had like a broken rib or something.
Nah, bro, I still have a hard time believing that sounds deliberate, bro. That's so weird to me. Like, your franchise just drafted essentially their franchise guy. You're the guy that's supposed to be the placeholder. The team has named you the starter, but the team doctor, like, punctures your lung, and you could potentially have a collapsed lung, and you can die from that.
Yeah, you can really die from that.
A punctured lung is no BS, bro. It's not like whatever.
That's not a jokey joke.
Exactly. That's not no jokey joke.
You sprained your ankle. You dislocated your thumb. No, bro. You can actually die from a punctured lung. And now, not only put your life at risk, you put your career at risk. And you can potentially lose your starting job. Because now, let's say Justin Herbert plays lights out for the next. I don't know if it's Tyrod. I don't even think Tyrod can start next week. Can he?
No, he's not. They already announced that.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah, he's not. He's not gonna be able to come back for like a few weeks.
For a while, but I know he's their starter when he does. But like, let's say, because Flynn, Coach Lynn, Anthony made a terrible call in my opinion. You don't deflate a young quarterback's job like. I don't care if Tyrod had a.
He said he could have did a lot better.
I don't care if Tyrod had a dislocated shoulder. Talking about he should have did better. I'm like, bro, he just went toe to toe with the defending Super Bowl champions. What do you want from him?
What more do you want? To
win? And he lost on a field goal.
Like,
exactly. What do you want from my man?
And they really lost because he made a questionable call. I don't know if y'all you watched like the whole game. It was like a 4th and 1 call, and I think they like gave the ball back to the Chiefs. Something like that.
You're right, they did. Wow. But I mean, Justin Herbert drove him down the field to kick the field goal. So Justin Herbert put them in a position to come back. It just happened we're talking about the Chiefs and the Chargers.
Oh, okay, my fault. Doing too much right now.
But yeah, like that's just a terrible quote to say about a quarterback that just put you in position to beat the defending Super Bowl champs. But that's besides the point. But like now, let's say that Justin Herbert proceeds to just ball out for the next, let's say, 6 weeks. There's no way Tyrod's getting a spot back.
No.
He's the franchise quarterback. He was drafted in the first round. They want him to be their guy. And he proceeds to exceed expectations. And then, God forbid, they win. Tyrod is not seeing the field at all. So, Tyrod needs to sue the hell out the Chargers.
Hey, that tweet that say...
I seen a tweet that said, I'm going to sue the Chargers so bad, they're going to
call it the Tyrod Taylor Chargers.
Yeah. I'm going to sue for... Boy, because that is...
That is
There's an article out here that said Tyrod not even mad, not angry or upset about the... what happened, I guess.
Shit.
I said it happened.
What?
I'm saying, what?
I know one of us, we be acting a lot different.
Look great, bro.
Man,
bro.
I'm going out the heads.
Nah, bro. Someone getting sued.
Hey, somebody, the whole team getting sued at this point?
Bro, bad. But it's hard for me to believe that, like it's not, even if it isn't intentional, like, you're a doctor. Like, you went to school for this.
To be honest.
12 years, 13 years in school for this exact job, and
you tell me you gonna mess this up.
And you're telling me, oh my bad, bro, huh? No, it's not, bro. No. First of all, you get fired. Second of all,
to be honest, I don't see why.
You don't have a job no more.
That's crazy because he's not ever gonna get a job again.
To be honest, really not.
He doesn't deserve to. You don't deserve.
He won't be a head doctor or anything like that. He might become an assistant somewhere.
But still, he
can be at urgent care or something.
You can
put
it
in care now, doctor.
Your neighborhood pharmacy.
He better be at
care now.
Like you should be in
there. Be down the street.
Not for real. It's hard for me to believe that you are not only, you're almost like the highest level of professional. Like not just in the regular sense that you're a doctor. You're an NFL doctor, a team doctor, the head of team doctor.
I believe you gotta get your master's for all that too.
Yes, like this is not no like, all right, bro, I'm just a regular old doctor. No, you gotta get your doctorate. You have to be super.
You gotta be
highly certified. I want to put as much dramatics on this as possible. You are supposed to be the top of the line.
Honestly,
you failed an athlete. And not only that, let's say in a different world that Tyrod is Pat Mahomes. God forbid this happens to Pat Mahomes.
Oh, no, the whole city of Kansas City.
You're lucky it's Tyrod. You're lucky it's Tyrod.
Yeah.
You're lucky it's Tyrod Taylor. You're really lucky it's Tyrod Taylor. Because if this was Lamar Jackson, bro,
it'd be an abomination.
That boy Vic would have took him out himself.
Oh God,
I'm coming for him.
Hey, look,
all of us be in that zone.
Conversation. That's what you're gonna see.
Oh God, all of us be in that zone.
So, and I want to be fair because I feel like fans should be more irate about this and should be more in disbelief about this but it shouldn't just be because Tyrod, it's whatever. Because this is any other quarterback for a team that's contending for a Super Bowl. God forbid, and your team doctor screwed up like this, bro.
Sure, you'd be pissed
sick.
too.
Time out.
You would be sick.
He said in the article that he suffered complications from injection multiple times before.
So nah, bro, it can't be this bad though. No, even if it is, it shouldn't be this bad.
Yeah, I'm about to say
because we would have been known.
To be honest,
I'm about to say like even. You have received it, like this happened to you before.
Like, there's different ways to give. There's different, and not even on another note. Even that's the case. If you suffer complications from injections, they have different ways to administer.
Exactly. They
can give you a pill. They can throw it in your Gatorade. Like there's different ways to do it. You don't have to take the injection. I promise you don't. They give you IVs. Like you don't have to.
They get everything. To be honest,
there's different ways to do it. Especially with COVID. They would honestly probably prefer not to have their fingers on you injecting you.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. So that's even if you had this is BS. And Tyrod, I hope you get your duffel, bro. I hope you get that player bag, that lawsuit bag, that pension bag. Run up a sack on them.
Do whatever you gotta do, bro.
And force the Chargers to move back to San Diego. Whatever you gotta do it. That's just my piece on it. But with that being said, we're gonna jump to the next topic. Is it Justin Herbert's time to start? Like with the whole Tyrod situation, let's just say like Tyrod, instead of his lung getting punctured, let's just say he has a minor injury during the game instead, and Justin Herbert does exactly what he does and still loses. Do you think you should start Justin Herbert even though? Like,
I don't know because you got to think about it like this, bro. Remember like defenses, they don't have any film.
Yeah.
Like on,
that's
like
true.
nobody. Herbert didn't know he was starting until like 5 minutes before the kickoff. You know what I'm saying? So like,
it was unexpected.
Like defenses didn't prepare for Herbert; they prepared for Tyrod and what he presents and stuff like that. So you got to remember that too. But I mean, if he continues doing this, like in the coming weeks, I can't really see the reason why Tyrod would come back in and start. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because this is your guy that you drafted high. I think he was like number 5, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't see a reason why. It's not that you have money tied up in Tyrod. So like, I mean, as good of a guy as Tyrod is, like, I mean.
So if you're Anthony Lynn, what are you doing?
I'm running with the high hand.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, I think any coach would do that.
Hugh Jackson didn't do it. So
I mean, I don't know why he started Baker so early. Let me be real.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he really didn't.
He did though. I mean, remember, I don't know if you remember. I think week 1 they played the Saints and they lost by a field goal because the kicker for the Browns, they missed the field goal. And then the second week they played the Jets, and I think it was a close game. They were just going back and forth. And then for some reason, I think it was like the second quarter, and they just threw Baker in. I mean, and the crowd did go electric. Like it was a great, like, I don't know if y'all were watching it, but like that was like really like the time was like really crazy. Like it was just like really electric when Baker went in. But it wasn't like Tyra was playing bad. I mean, it sucks that it keeps happening to this guy, but I mean,
it does. But it's really a tough break for Tyrod too, because it's like, damn, bro, you finally got your time back in the glory after sitting out a year, and everybody thought you sucked, but he didn't even do bad as a starter. He never did bad as a starter. So it's like, man, that kind of puts a damper on his mood. But and I'm not wishing Justin Herbert don't play good so Tyrod can get his job back. But Justin Herbert does play good, it's gonna be tough. Like that's a tough decision to put yourself in as a coach. It's like, do you want to continue? Because like I actually believe the less film a team has on you, the better. Like especially quarterback. So and that's why even like guys like Pat Mahomes, like unless you're Pat Mahomes, honestly, it's really good to not have a lot of film on you. Like there's only because they're just to a point where it's like we don't know how to stop him. So guys, do your best. This is the game plan. Do your best. But like with Lamar Jackson, teams still don't know how to stop him. It's like this is the game plan. We know it's Lamar. Like if you tell him, all right, don't let him get out the pocket, he can zip it. All right, don't let it throw him deep. He can run it. So there's still no answer to it. Kind of like when Cam first started playing back in 2010, 2000, like that 2010, 2012 stretch for Cam.
I thought it was 2000. It was 2011 or 12, something like that.
It's something like 2012, 14 stretch for Cam. It was like every day is like, damn, bro, y'all don't know what y'all doing up there. Even if they lost, it was like.
I think his first game, like he's ever. I think his first game of his career was like 400 yards.
400 yards,
yeah,
or something like that. Something insane. So I was like, geez. So I think that's the best way. Like I've never been big on starting a rookie like early. I've never been big on it. Even when I remember when Andrew Luck got drafted, I was like, please don't just find somebody. But I was like, it's whatever. It's the same thing. When Lamar started, I was like, okay, I had to ride Joe Flacco for a brick. I was hoping it was like 2 years to just thug it out with Joe and throw Lamar in. But I mean, it all worked out. But we see what happens when you start a quarterback early, like Sam Darnold. He's getting killed, and his reputation is in the tank because you ask the casual fan, "Oh yeah, Sam Darnold sucks. Sam Darnold doesn't suck. His team sucks. Therefore, he has to pay the consequences of the team sucking, which makes it look like he sucks. But he doesn't suck. He's still a very serviceable quarterback. He's not an above average quarterback. But he's a good quarterback. Just sometimes Sam makes you be like, bro, what the hell? But for the most part, it's like good throw. Pressure. That's why we do it bad. His mechanics be in and out. Sometimes his mechanics aren't the best. Not gonna lie to you. But he can play football. So that's just my opinion. And even like and you can even see parts of it with Dak's game. Dak didn't play it at first early. Like they took him to the Romo injury. And now, like you'll still see, like, damn, y'all still letting Dak do y'all in like this? Like, what the hell?
I like starting young guys early, bro.
I don't know.
It depends on the situation.
Depends on the situation.
But like obviously, like Jordan Love and stuff like that. Like he's obviously not going to start early. You don't want him.
He's not starting no time soon. I hope.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. But I mean, a good metaphor is like sharks are born swimming. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they born swimming.
That's true.
Like, they don't like. There's no like time for rest. You just put them in the water. And let them learn. Let them get growing pains. So, I mean, some quarterbacks they don't like that'll bother them, and like that'll hurt them like mentally and stuff like that. I mean, but then at that point you learn, hey, that's not your quarterback.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because to be a quarterback in the NFL, you got to be poised. You got to be cool under pressure. You're gonna fail, and when you fail, like it's how you bounce back. So if all of a sudden they fail and then they don't really bounce back, I mean, then you kind of just realize, hey, it's not really our guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a good like. It's a good measurement to see who you have. If you just throw them in the fire and let them see who we have.
Great point.
Like I'm ready to see I'm ready for Miami to see what's her name? Tua. Like you know what I'm saying? This is your franchise guy. Like what are we waiting for? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we waiting for?
Like how they're treating that situation though.
I don't.
Not gonna lie.
They learning from. I mean, Fitz. I mean, he's teaching them.
Played terrible.
I'm not saying he's playing terrible. That's cool and all. But this is your franchise guy that you drafted at number 3 overall. What are we waiting for? If he's the better quarterback on the roster, why is he not starting?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you want
the team not ready. The team not built yet around him.
Maybe try to save him because you know that one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like I see what Mark is saying. It's like if like it's almost like if they're gonna fail, screw it. They're gonna fail. Like
you know what I'm saying? Like if they're gonna fail, they're gonna fail. You can't stop
forward. It. Yeah, like if he's gonna fail, it was meant to be.
Because that's the only position. That's the only position on the field where they like give him a year to groom. You can't do that, a receiver. They're not finna sit you on the bench just to learn behind somebody. It's the best man up. If you're the best guy on the roster, you're gonna play. No, I don't know why like quarterback position they do that.
Drafted. That is true. Yeah, that is true. That's a good point. Only at quarterback, you never see that at running back.
There's only some situations where you can be like, okay, I can see why he doesn't start yet. Like we said, the Jordan Love situation, like the Aaron Rodgers situation before with Brett Favre. You can see why those guys didn't start. But like guys like Tua, like look at Joe Burrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Joe Burrow came in.
He had to start.
They got rid of. I think Andy Dalton's a better quarterback than Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's just me. I mean, they're both mediocre quarterbor but they said, all right, Andy, you're out of here. Like, go ahead, and you're gone. We don't really need you. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? Just to bring in Joe Burrow, who like, I mean, like, you expect him to be good, but you don't really know if he's going to be good. So you got rid of a guy who was a franchise quarterback, Andy Dalton, was above average quarterback, for a guy you really don't know if he's going to be good or not, but you're going to give him the keys to the franchise, and you made him a captain. You know what I'm saying? So why you just risk it because you drafted him. Like, you know what I'm saying? You drafted him high for a reason. Like, you didn't suck last year just to suck again this year with the quarterback you had. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes sense. Like, you had Ryan Fitzpatrick last year. You drafted Tua at number 3 overall for a reason, because you had Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback. So I don't see why you would continue starting Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback. But that's just me. I don't know. I'm high on Tua, though, so I think he should be already starting.
Damn. Mark serving it.
Man, I mean,
just killed it.
How you feel about Joe Burrow? So, I mean, hey, my boy Joe Burrow been balling. All right.
Joe looks amazing.
It's crazy.
He do look amazing.
Joe do look great though. Yeah, he pause, big pause. But he make football look easy, bro. He's just like Lamar and just like Russ. Like, just make football look.
He made the game look really easy, bro.
He just makes football look like, okay, it's whatever.
The AFC North should be a really nice division. If Baker pans out how the way we thought he would,
Jesus.
The way we expect Baker to pan out, like Oklahoma Baker Mayfield, if we get that,
grabbing nuts Baker, yeah.
Man, that'd be wonderful.
Like, bro, come on, bro. Yeah. Just think about it, bro. Like the way Joe Burrow carries himself, because Joe Burrow has a little bit of that Baker in him too. He doesn't really show it as much, and the media doesn't show it as much.
Honestly,
but I don't know. Y'all remember the national championship game? Whenever he started pointing at his finger.
Show it. But Joe Burrow is an egotistical monster.
He has that same. Like, you remember? And I don't know if y'all seen the interview. He had an interview too where he was like, they showed him a picture. Like, the reporter was like, "Hey, what does it look like to you?" Or it looks like a Heisman winner to me. Then he looked there. Then he looked at, and she pointed at the camera. He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell him he's a national champion." Like that. That's that. Like I want to see like that Baker come back too. Like that Baker where he was like running down the field spinning his arms around. You know what I'm saying? Running down the field. Like, I want to see that Baker again.
Yes.
And then once we get
told Kansas you're a basketball school, go watch basketball.
Yeah, bro. And then we get that Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield, and Lamar's a humble beast. But Lamar just like he got that fire in him though. You can see it. Like, you remember that touchdown last year whenever he was it was against Cleveland, and they were in the red zone. He threw it to Mark Andrews. I don't know if you remember the pocket was collapsing, and then you see Lamar throw the touchdown. You see him just fired up. Like, I want to see, like, man, bro. Woo. I'm telling you, bro. If these, like, Lamar's already his peak, not his peak, but you can see his you can see his incline. He's like on his like incline. We already see it.
I keep saying, like, Lamar. The only way Lamar gets derailed is if Pompano, Florida, pulls him down. That's the only way. Because I know he still has family in that area, and they still.
But I think he's smarter than that. I think his mom. I think his mom's like his manager.
I know he's smarter than that, but we thought Michael Vick was smarter than that.
See, but with Vic, it wasn't really Vic who did that. Vic was like by association.
Yeah.
That is
like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
I'm not saying like I'm not negating that. Like, I'm not saying Vic was a prince or like a king or like just perfect or anything. But it was by association. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't necessarily just him.
I think the only way Lamar gets pulled down is by association.
I can see why you're saying that.
Even if he looks bad, he's still Lamar Jackson.
I can see what you're saying, but like,
you know what I mean?
The incline of Lamar, we see Lamar. We can already tell he's gonna be a star in the league. Lamar got best quarterback in the league potential. Baker Mayfield, we feel like he can be in that top 10 range, and we can get him. Joe Burrow looks like he can. Joe Burrow, he looks like he can be a Super Bowl champion. Like honestly, like just the way he performed in these past 2 weeks, like. I know it's really early.
Offensive line, even bro, he was taking licks and getting up like, yeah, it was good. Like,
oh god,
he wasn't that, bro. Like, he was taking hits and throwing accurate passes to,
and
like,
throwing bombs, bro. Legit, like that's a good out route. Like, wow, that's a really good ball.
Hey, he proving doubters though right now.
He's
That's
nice, bro.
That division is gonna be crazy, man. And then we got the Pittsburgh defense. Like we forgot about Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh defense, the young defense with T.J. Watt, Devin Bush, Minka Fitzpatrick. Come on, bro. That division is gonna be so crazy,
bro.
To
win. Yeah, that division, and now with
it's giving like that old school
2006 vibe, 2004 vibe.
Bro.
Yes, sir. And now with the new playoff system, that like it's possible that 4 teams from one division can make the playoffs. Like, screw it. Let's all do it.
I think like if 4 teams make it, I think like the number 1 team would have to have be 10-6 or something like that.
10-6, yeah.
Because they would have to all be kind of like relatively close to like record.
They'd all have to be relatively even. Because I think now 9-7 can make it.
Well,
easy.
Yeah,
like 9-7 almost guarantees it. Like before 9-7 is like wow.
Depending on how everybody else is doing that season.
9-7 get you like the 6th seed, I think.
Depending how the AFC is, yeah. Because didn't they switch it to an 8? Didn't they add 2 more teams?
Yes, 8.
Yeah.
It's 8. So, yeah. So, 4 teams to 1 division if everybody plays well. And
all this because of Cowgirl.
Work, it's good. It's great. So, but yeah, man. Let's go on next topic. Injuries. Big injuries. Super injuries.
Oh, man.
Vic said it best. I mean, Vic said it. He did the season was rushed. So, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say the season was rushed. I agree with that. But I kind of agree, like, in a different sense. I just think that preseason should have happened. I wouldn't say the season was rushed because I think it would, like, what would have been the preseason right now, basically. So I wouldn't say it was rushed because football would have been going on still. It's just they rushed past preseason. You know what I'm saying? They kind of need that. Like, that's an important thing. Like, nobody can just jump up and go play football again. Like, the only way to prepare for football is by playing football.
Yeah. It's not like basketball. You know what I'm saying? It really
isn't. And we're kind of seeing a lot of the guys who, I wouldn't say didn't take care of their bodies, but it's hard to prepare for
the one that's not fully prepared yet. Yeah,
it's not even fully prepared. It's like you can be prepared mentally, but your body is used to a certain regimen. Once you break that regimen, your body's like, what the?
You can't. Yeah, you can't remake those. The way your body contorts, the way it bends, like the way you come around the corner. Like you can't replicate that, no matter how much you want. Unless you have the full pass and another football player across from you.
And Mark makes a good point. Like he made a good point that made me think, okay, the season was a rush, but at least 1 preseason game for every team would have been fine.
Yeah, that would have been good
at least because
just to at least like kind of warm them up a little bit, like Jesus.
Because
you start in the car and
if we can all speak from even high school and some college experience, playing football and with your teammates in practice, doing training camp, doing fall camp, 2 days is a lot different, and doing even team scrimmages is a lot different from playing against an opposing team that you've never met in a live
that soreness setting. Is really different.
It's really a different feeling, and it can't be replicated by doing, all right, we got good on good team scrimmage. Like, it just can't. Because, first of all, nobody's live hitting. Nobody is. Even if we are, it's toned down so much.
Yeah,
you want to keep everybody fresh. You don't want anybody to get hurt. So the live action isn't really live action. It's simulated live action. Where in a real scrimmage against the opposing team, it's live action. It's good on good.
The person ain't letting up.
You know what I mean? And even and sometimes you'll see where, okay, we won't hit our quarterback, but sometimes it's like, okay, it's live. We're live, so we're gonna do what we got to do. So I think that's more or less what happened. I want to take back what I said. I don't think the season was rushed, but I think we rushed to start it, but we didn't do enough. Like there wasn't enough preparation. There was enough preparation for COVID, but not enough preparation for players to get right mentally and physically. Yeah. Because a lot of guys were like, bro, I'm not even fit for this. Plus, I got a family. I'm not going to play this season.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of guys, they did prepare in the offseason, like by lifting weights, working out, running. But it's just different.
It's just different. I don't know how to describe. You have to play, and athletes will vouch for it. You just got to play.
Like, and just imagine like this. Look, we're talking from a high school perspective. Cause we play high school football. Imagine the NFL. This is the best football athletes in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's different.
I mean, for
going full speed.
Prospect, this is pretty high because when you go to college, man, you see like people get hurt often.
You see the best guys from that specific area that's been recruited, not even that specific area, from all across. These are the guys that they thought that could change the team, change the program, put them in a better position. Now amplify that by 10,000. You're in the NFL, and that's just on your team. Now amplify that again by another 5,000. Now you're looking at the broad spectrum of the league.
Like, I don't know.
There's nothing you can do to replace that. I'll read off.
I looked at the list. It was pretty bad.
This list is ridiculous. A lot of these are big names.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna read off some of it. Here's some of the big names. Tavon Austin, not Tavon Austin. I think Tavon Austin is out though. Yes, he is with the knee injury. But Tavon Young, Baltimore out, ACL out for the season. Christian McCaffrey, Panthers. They put him on IR.
Yeah, IR. Yeah.
They put him on.
So many like soft tissue injuries and stuff like that.
They changed IR this year.
Yeah,
there is a lot of ligament injuries too. Like it'll say ankle. Yeah, it'll say ankle, but it's like probable because it's like a soft tissue or it's a ligament thing. So he could play Sunday. He could. We're watching it day by day.
CMC is a good example. CMC, he's definitely a guy. We know for a fact he's the type of guy that trains. His dad was an NFL guy. He knows how it is, and you still get hurt just because not having preseason.
And it's not like CMC has an injury history either.
Yeah, exactly. He's one of the most durable running backs like since coming in the league. He hasn't missed a game, I don't think.
He been getting butt handed to him.
And the crazy part, exactly, I was just about to say, and the crazy part is he does everything for his team. It's not like he throws the ball, he gets reps off, he sits. No, he's a 4 down back, not 3 down. He's a 5 down back.
Oh God, 5. He do about everything. Shoot.
In almost every capacity for that team. He blocks for them. He's a receiver. He's a running back. He could be a tight end. I play running back.
Like the amount of stuff he does is impeccable. Like it's crazy.
It really. So to see him get hurt is kind of just reassuring that fact that the preseason and a true live action because if you know in the NFL, teams visit other teams to scrimmage before the preseason.
Yep.
They will have scrimmages for the Texans. Like that's how you get the Texans and the Redskins. You get the DeAndre Hopkins clip. That's what happens because teams visit other teams and scrimmage each other. It's simulated live action, but again, it's different when you're playing another team because there's no holds barred because anything can happen. But they didn't do that this year because of COVID, and that just changes. It just changes how your body is like. Your body is used to banging like that, at that point in time, and you've been doing this for 2, 3 years, 4 years, body's used to banging like that at that point in time. You take that out, now your body's like, dang, what the heck? We're not doing this? Okay, cool, I can chill. Muscles are too relaxed. Even if they tense back up, you can't replace your body, that muscle memory. So when these injuries are happening, that's kind of what it is. It's kind of muscle memory injuries. Yeah. So Christian McCaffrey's on IR. IR has been changed this year. It's now a 3-week minimum to be on IR. They want to take you off. But it's essentially just to help teams put roster spots in and all that. They changed IR this year. It's a pretty cool thing now. It's not like how it used to be back in the day when IR after the season you can't come back, or they can bring you back after some amount of time. Just a 3-week minimum. So it helps teams pull back roster spots. Tyron Smith, questionable. It's a neck injury. DeMarcus Lawrence, questionable knee injury.
And just like Tyron Smith's like 30 injuries in the past 3 years?
I think all of them have been to neck. Chidobe Awuzie, questionable hamstring injury. All of those are Cowboys players. Blake Jarwin, week 1, tore his ACL. He's out. Cortland Sutton tore his ACL
Leighton Vander Esch
Sunday. Leighton Vander Esch out. I think his is shoulder. Drew Lock,
collarbone.
Collarbone. There it goes. It's either shoulder or collarbone. It's one of the two.
But yeah, Lindsey hurt too.
Philip Lindsey's hurt.
AJ Boye.
Saquon.
Yeah, Saquon.
You know what's crazy? You know what I want to point out? If you watch the play before he tore his ACL, he got up weird. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then the play after he tore it, I was like, yeah. It looked like he probably heard it, he tweaked it before, but they kept it in. It's kind of just, if you've ever had a knee injury, anything close to a knee injury, or even an ankle injury, you really don't notice it until after the fact. You're like, dang, my ankle.
Do you think with Saquon, like I was just kind of looking at like the situation. Do you think he's too big for like his like frame? Because he runs like a smaller back, but he's built like freaking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like
no, not even Frank Gore. He's
a big back.
Yeah,
Like, he's a really big back, but he runs.
But he's
like
big. He's built solid.
Yeah,
but he runs like a Christian McCaffrey. Like, you know what I'm
he
saying?
runs with a lot of. You don't. It's crazy because you will not see Saquon duck like do Derrick Henry style running. Yeah, you see him.
He's more on the outside of the tackle and stuff like that.
Type vibe. So, like, a great comparison to it was when I said this when he was coming out. He reminded me of Adrian Peterson. This is how Adrian Peterson ran. Like, big solid frame back, but doesn't do a lot of bang.
He likes the outside.
A lot more. Yeah, he just likes the outside, likes the jump cut, likes the dip. You know, might give you a little stiff arm.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me here and there, but for the most part, it's a lot of dipping and it's a lot of jumping. It's a lot of knee contorting movements. That's what I like to call them. Knee contorting movements where your knee has to bend or you have to plant hard on one foot. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's too big for his frame, but at the same time, I've never been a fan of being solely running back dependent on one running back. Like Christian McCaffrey's gotten me. Christian McCaffrey's gotten. I'm so big on running back by committee because running back get hit entirely too much.
Like the past couple Super Bowl champions have been like running
back by committee.
Shoot, like, even Mr. Hurricane said it. Like Christian McCaffrey needs a good backup. He needs a good backup.
And I said it'd be smart if 3 or 2 years from now the Panthers move Christian McCaffrey to be wide receiver because he can do it. He can play wide receiver. He can legit be a slot and draft another running back to be the running back. So just let Christian do both. It's just more efficient and it prolongs the career of a player you've already paid. Yeah, it just prolongs the career. It really does. Because running backs max, I think, what is it, 7.5 years, 8 years?
Yeah, about 7 years, yeah.
7 years.
I mean, look at Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley's played what, like
arthritis.
3 years?
6? Yeah,
I think 3.
It's not even 6,
years?
really? 3.
It's like 3 prime years, yeah.
And it's like, and he has a reputation. Talk about Todd Gurley. He scores touchdowns, but he gets hurt all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really matter if you're not there. So, I think again with Chris and already with Saquon, I want to look up the stats how many carries he's had in his entire career, and I'm not even gonna double down and look at receiving yards. I'm just want to see carries. So oh my God, he has a lot of carries. Jeez. So 261. He's had 477 carries in 2 years. 497, excuse me, if you include the 19. So essentially, he's had 500 carries in 2 years.
That's crazy.
500 carries in 2 years.
That's crazy.
He's their main back.
That's not even counting like run blocking, getting hit. You know what I'm saying? With like linebackers running into you.
I'm not even looking at his receiving. Like I'm not even looking at receptions.
You're just looking at
those are touches as well. Just looking at running the football. 500
that's crazy.
touches.
That's
500. So if we just double down, it's average. He has at least 1,100 plus touches. Not to mention he's getting banged when you got a block or whatever the case is. That's not sustainable for anybody.
Like any human being. It's not. No, this is not. Really? We're not built for that.
It's not. And the only guy I can see that can make a case for he could kind of do it is Zeke. Zeke is the only one. But even then,
he got a great online.
There was a
that's true.
He has a great online. He has a solid.
I mean, even then, if you want to use that example, then I mean, somebody can counter that. Why would they draft Tony Pollard then?
That's what I was just about to say. Like I was just about to say, even then, like they had Jerry McFadden at a point to take the load off of Zeke. They drafted Tony Pollard, who complements Zeke because Tony Pollard's not a lot. I wouldn't say a lot faster, but he just doesn't run. He doesn't have the same running. Yeah,
he was a slot like when he was in college. So I mean, he's more quick.
At Memphis, they used him as in the athlete role. So he was slot, running back, kick returner, punt returner, H-back, linebacker, whatever. They used him in that athlete role, but mainly on offense, not on defense, but 100% on offense. He ran jet sweeps. He took it out the backfield, that kind of thing. So it just isn't sustainable. And Saquon getting hurt, I wasn't really surprised because I knew eventually a big injury was going to happen to him. Like, I compared him to AP coming out because I was like, this is AP potential. He's probably going to get hurt like AP and come back and run for 2,100 yards and kill the game. Mm-hmm. And I would not be surprised if he comes back next year and runs for 2,100 yards and breaks a record or two. Because it's just, I don't know. That's just my comparison to him. But even then, like, Le'Veon Bell, IR. There's no timetable. I've looked everywhere. There's no timetable. You say it's hamstring. Like remember when Le'Veon was top 2, if not number 1, back in the game?
Yeah.
So that's that. Nick Bosa out with ACL. Simon Thomas out with ACL. The 49ers had so many injuries.
They said it was on MetLife turf.
Yeah, I told you.
The
NFL did an investigation. The NFL did an investigation and said there wasn't enough evidence to suggest that the turf was the reason. But man, they had injuries from both.
Yeah, but we'll see this week because, like I said, they play the Giants this week. So if more injuries happen again compared to like all the other teams in the league, then like something will have to be like happen.
Yeah, what wasn't DeForest? What was it Armstead? I said that. Why are we playing on this terrible ass turf? Yup. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the 49ers have so many injuries. I screenshotted all their injuries. Nick Bosa, Raheem Mostert, D4, Jimmy Garoppolo hurt his ankle in that game when
Nick Mullins
Dre Greenlaw, really, George Kittle, Jason Verrett, Tevin Coleman, Richard Sherman's on IR, Debo is out. I think Jalen Hurd, Tavon Austin. Like, it's bad, bro. It is bad, and those are just those are just the.
It's crazy because you were listing stars. Like these are all stars.
These are all
these are people who ride the bench.
These are
people
starters.
Like all these guys you listed were all
that got hurt in training camp. These are all starters from a Super Bowl winning team, from a Super Bowl appearing team the year before. So to let you know that. I agree with Mark. The season wasn't necessarily rushed, but they should have played one preseason game. That live action just can't be replaced. It just can't. And honestly, it's gonna be a miracle to see how many guys can make it through this season. Because man, week 2 was brutal. Week 1, I didn't expect week 1 to be all that bad. I really expect everybody to start off slow, and week 1 was pretty slow. Yeah. As you can see, week 2 was a lot more action packed. It was a lot more like, oh my god, kind of, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So this is kind of what comes with it, and just wish everybody gets better that's injured. Wishing Saquon very healthy. Hope he gets back healthy for real.
Are playing, man.
It's really tough.
Hey, take it. Extreme precautions, bro, because this is
for real.
If you feel any type of hurt, bro, I don't even think it's worth it right now. How many people getting? You feel any type of hurt, bro? Sit your butt down, bro, for a moment.
Yeah, like I be telling Jeff, bro. If you got any type of sprain or hurt, bro, just chill. It's okay. You're not a scrub if you don't want to work out, bro, and you're hurt. Just chill, rest up, you know. So, on to the next topic. The Falcons blew another 20-point lead. Is it time for the Dan Quinn era to end? And to double down on that question, is Atlanta wasting Julio's career?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
definitely. Man.
I mean, it's a 2-part question. So, it's definitely time for the Dan Quinn era to end. It was supposed to end last year.
Really, it was supposed
to. I don't know if you guys remember, but I think they went
got
like
saved
at the games 5-2 or something like that. They won like some crazy streak after like Julio gave
they won 6-1 or something like that.
Yeah, Julio gave like some inspirational speech or something like that, and then they just started eating. So it was gonna end last year. You know what I'm saying? It really should have ended when they lost 28-3. Like it should have ended then. But somehow he survived. And the craziest thing about the Dan Quinn era, Dan Quinn, I don't know if y'all remember, he was the defensive coordinator for Seattle.
For the Seahawks, yeah.
And the defense for the Falcons sucks. Like they always suck. Like they've never been good. So I don't. He like this is weird, bro. He was hired to be a defensive coordinator and bring that defensive mindset, and they just terrible at defense. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they're ruining
they ruined a lot of careers.
They're ruining his career. But you can say that about all the top like 10 receivers. I would say not 10, all 10 of them, but for most of the receivers in the top 10, I mean, they never really played for the best. Like Calvin Johnson, I mean, Randy Moss, he went to New England for a little bit. Yeah. He went to New England for a little bit, and I mean, he dominated there. Yeah, but before that, he played with Culpepper and Chris Carter.
Yeah.
And then who else? Larry Fitzgerald. He hasn't really been.
His career. So sorry.
And Calvin Johnson. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, you could say they're ruining his careers, but I mean, usually
T.O. too.
and T.O. So it looks like it's kind of like a common theme. Like all the good receivers aren't necessarily on good teams. Besides Jerry Rice, seems like the only exception.
Yeah, Jerry Rice and Michael Irvin are really the only two exceptions.
Yeah, he's like the only exception. So I mean, besides that, I wouldn't necessarily say they ruined his career, but they're not doing it any favors. Because I mean, him and Matt Ryan are both been good. Matt Ryan is a Hall of Fame quarterback because of Julio. You know what I'm saying? So like they're both pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
okay. That's a hot take. Matt Ryan, a Hall of Fame quarterback.
I mean, he is.
Yeah, he's a
Hall of Julio. For sure.
He's a Hall of Famer.
For sure.
If Matt Ryan had like 5 more seasons,
actually,
like how he's been playing, he's a Hall of Famer.
Hard to not give it's hard to not give an MVP in the modern era of football not a Hall of Fame nod. It's actually very hard, in my opinion. Like if you can argue 20 years ago for whatever, like Rich Gannon not making it, okay, who cares? Like who was throwing the football back then?
I will even say then he has one of the most forgettable MVP seasons.
No, Matt, no. Not at all.
Yeah. To me, he has more like I don't remember anything about the MVP season.
In the modern era, really?
I don't even remember his season.
That's a little off topic, but like he has one of the most forgettable MVP seasons to me.
But anyway, like I was saying, the Falcons, man, they should have fired that man the day that game was finished, bro. But I really
he should have never came back from Houston. Whenever they lost 28-3, they should have never let him on the bus.
Like, bro, you're not killing me on this bus. Because at first, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I blamed that 28-3 loss solely on that offensive play calling, and that's ran by Shanahan. And now I'm seeing it's not Shanahan. Like
it's really not
100%. Dan Quinn telling his guys, chill. We got it in the driver's seat. Let's try not to lose it instead of just keep going for the kill. Like, and I turned off the game, so I didn't see any of the second half because I assumed.
Oh God, I turned it off too.
28-10 or whatever the score was at half. I assumed
it was like 27-7.
And the craziest thing about that, with the comeback like that, you would expect, like without reading the box score, you'd be like, okay, yeah, probably. I would just assume that the Falcons do a whole bunch of turnovers and let them back in again. The Falcons didn't have
none of that
turnover on offense.
Not one.
None of that.
They weren't aggressive enough, and it's
they stopped playing.
It's like, bruh, what? When will there start to be accountability? And I'm gonna talk about this in the basketball segment because of Doc Rivers. But at some point, no matter how decorated you are as a coach, we have to start holding you accountable because it's not the players at this point. It can't be the players. You have some of the best players in the world. Matt Ryan's a top 10 quarterback. Julio Jones is a top 2 receiver. Todd Gurley.
But all right. But let me play devil's advocate. We wouldn't be saying this if the special teams players, like the 5 dudes that were around the ball in the onside kick, if they picked up the ball, we wouldn't be saying this.
But then,
like, I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm just like, I think Dan Quinn should be gone. But I'm just adding something to
that. But at the same time, didn't they come out and say that he didn't go through the onside kick stuff with them?
I mean, bro, these are NFL guys, bro. I get what you're saying, but these guys, they know the rules, bro. I get what you're saying, Faisal. I completely get what you're saying. But it's like these guys are grown men that play football since they were like 7 years old. They've been playing football for probably 20 plus years.
Starting a high school player, so
but for the most part,
10 plus years,
at a high level for a long time. Like, there's no excuse. Yeah,
you're on the hands team. You know the rules.
You know what's coming, bro.
My thing was about that whole outside. You see the ball rolling towards the 10-yard line.
That joint wasn't even rolling. That joint was spinning.
What shocked me the most was Julio just standing there. I don't know if y'all see Julio, but he didn't do anything. He just stood there the whole play.
And bro, the crazy part about it is I want to point this out, like Faisal said, and I think this is something to be pointed out. Like, no matter how much experience you have, and I see what you're saying, Mark, a lot of it is like, I'm coached to do this, so I'm going to do it. If you don't get told, and a lot of guys aren't like this. I've only seen
a lot of them are like that.
In my entire life, that's like, screw what coach says, I'm gonna do it and makes plays, and there's actually 2. I've seen one in person and one on TV. It's Luke Kuechly, the only person on planet Earth I've seen on TV do it. It's like, screw it. We're running this, and because it's going this way, and we're going to do it. So screw what coach calls. Hell, I'm coach. So let's do it. And those are the only 2 people on planet Earth. No, literally, those are the only 2 people on planet Earth that has done that I've seen do it. Because most guys are like, all right, I'm just going to go with what coach says. Not because they don't have the foresight to to say, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Just be a team player.
It's almost like coach knows best. So if coach will call this, man, screw it, let's just run it. You know what I mean? And it's almost to the sense like, bruh, like what is it that this team? I don't even know how to say it without really coming off like I hate Dan Quinn, because I don't. I actually like Dan Quinn. But it's like, how low does this team have to go before they're like, bruh, we gotta rebuild.
Yeah, pull the plug.
You know, because it's almost like they refuse to believe they are low key they don't want to be put in a rebuilding period. Because it's weird to be put in a rebuilding period with Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. It really is. And those are guys I don't see playing for any other team. Those are guys that I see are career Falcons. Pretty sure the Falcons fans see that, and the Falcons organization like, yeah, we kind of want to keep this guy for as long as possible until their play falls off, you know? And it's like, but at the same time, it's like, if you don't want to rebuild, put your franchise in the best position to win. Dan Quinn doesn't do that
at all.
He just does not. And even when he did, and even when they were down and Julio told him
his whole his whole tenure, like the Falcons head coach, been like pretty mediocre. Besides the Super Bowl run, it's been really mediocre.
It really has.
Great. It's nothing to stand by. Like, there's nothing that you can hang your hat on and be like, yeah, I did this.
And then even whenever he went the farthest, he turned into a joke.
Yeah, they choked it.
He turned into a joke.
It's so crazy.
Like, and it's just like accountability for once needs to be held, not only for the front office, but on Dan Quinn. Because, like, bro, what the hell are you doing? What? And I know we're talking sports, but it should. If you are a passionate,
let me play devil's advocate one more time. But Vic, you say blame Dan Quinn, right? But then when we argue, remember we were arguing Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. You said the coaches don't play. Like, you know what I'm saying? You said the coaches don't play. The coaches don't be on the field. So, like, how much is it on the players? Like, we have to blame the players too. At some point, you know what I'm saying? We have to blame the players.
I see what you're saying.
Everything on the coach.
But no. I see what you're saying. But the caveat is, when you're responsible for multiple 20+ losses and you were up by 20, it's on you, bro.
You're right.
I agree. I just want to see where you're
going. You're the head coach. You're calling the plays. They're just executing what you are calling. So if Dan Quinn only had that one, okay, he's lost one game when he was up 28-3. Okay, whatever.
Bro,
it's tough. You know, it's cool. It's cool. Okay, whatever. But it almost feels like he's getting outcoached in a sense. Like, it's almost like, I did so well in the first half, let me chill. And then he's like, oh crap, the other coach is outcoaching me. What do we do? And he's like, Julio, help me. And Julio's like, bro,
I'm hurt. Julio was hurt.
No, for real, like, bro, what do you want me to do? Matt, help me. And Matt Ryan's like, okay. And I'm just gonna call Diggs, you know, and that defense doesn't help. Like, Takk McKinley's hurt. The only guy on the defense that stands out, and it's tough to say, is Grady Jarrett.
Keanu Neal.
No,
he's special.
Didn't Keanu get ran over by Zeke?
I mean, but it's Zeke though, like,
but still,
Keanu Neal's like 5'9".
But I get that. But I'm talking about someone that flashes consistently is Grady Jarrett. Unblockable, almost not unblockable, but he's a force whenever he plays. I love Grady Jarrett, heavy on the Grady Jarrett fan train. But it's like, man, cut the cord loose, bro. Let's get somebody from that is just bogus. It's like you don't have pride in coaching. I don't even understand how to explain the frustration I have for Atlanta fans. This is like, bro, like, we got a good team. We're not terrible. Like, we could be the Jets. We could really be the Jets, but we're not the Jets. We're a team that can make the playoffs consistently every year. And even if that was all we did, that's fine. And if we ended up doing the Marvin Lewis, where all we did was make the playoffs and get beat in the first round and finally just game it up, that's fine. But you guys can't even do that because you're wasting Julio's potential. I can't say wasting Julio's potential because Julio's reached potential. Julio's Hall of Famer. But you're wasting his chances to win a Super Bowl. You're wasting Matt Ryan's chances to be an elite quarterback because we know quarterbacks fall off after a certain point. Matt Ryan hasn't fallen off yet, but won't be surprised if it's in the next 2 years. You're wasting that time you have because the Super Bowl window is closed, but it can easily be reopened again.
So you think it's
not
Atlanta's time to rebuild, or you think they just go for new coaching?
I think it's time to let go of Dan Quinn. Just let go of Dan Quinn because they're not sold on rebuilding, and they're obviously not sold on letting go of Matt Ryan because you have to go. You can't rebuild with a veteran quarterback. It never happens. You rebuild, you let go of your veteran quarterback. You're not letting go of Matt Ryan. So you don't want to do those two things. You don't want to say we're not going to be a playoff team for the next 6 years. Screw it. You don't want to say you don't want to let go of your franchise quarterback. So don't do either. Let go of the guy causing you the most trouble. The guy causing you the most trouble is Dan Quinn because he refuses to implement a system where his guys can attack. They get up, they score, and they look amazing doing it. It's not like you're like, oh my God,
front runner.
Yeah, like you come in high horse, big body, and then you end up looking like chumps and like pussies at the end. It's like, bro.
Hey, that's about me.
And then, bro. And it should just be frustrating to sit there like, bro, we were this close to winning this great city of Atlanta Super Bowl. We blew it. Okay, let's run it back. We can't run it back. Okay, 3 years later, let's pray this never happens again. And it happens again. And you arguably lose to a Dallas team that you were better than because Dallas was just destroyed with injuries, and you blew it. And you let Mike McCarthy outcoach you in the second half.
Mike McCarthy hasn't coached in a year.
You've been coaching great in the streets, bro. Been in the field 4 years running, 6 years, 7 years running. You let a man that hasn't coached in a year outcoach you in the second half. You don't want to win, and that's I'm gonna stop the rant. That's the last topic of football. But fire Dan Quinn. I love
Bruce Hard.
I'm not gonna hold you. I love Dan Quinn, but fire that man. He gotta go.
All right, but that's it. That's all I gotta say. Get Dan Quinn out of Atlanta.
Yes, sir. If Atlanta wants to reach their glory, get that boy out of there.
Let's see if okay, hey, you're here, my boy. You're here.
Mic check.
Oh yes, sir.
We hear you.
PS4.
Yeah, we hear you.
We here. I don't even have the basketball topics on here. Hold on. All right.
Justice for being
looks like we starting with my series. All right. Starting with the Celtics and Heat. I'm watching that game right now.
But keep watching the boys going right now.
Watching that game right now. I'm telling you right now, even when we went down 2-0, when the Celtics went down 2-0, I'm really not that worried. As worried as y'all think I should be, or like as Celtics fans I should be, I'm not that worried.
Man?
Yeah. We got a lot of faith in your team.
Hey,
no, you don't know.
I was low-key
arguing in the locker room.
I
do not have faith in them.
I was low-key, bro. I'm nervous that the Lakers are up 2-1. Hey, you're not nervous that you were up 2-0. Hey, bro,
you got way too much faith in the Celtics. I wish I had that faith in you, bro. Lose their opener. Come on.
You watch both games. You watch the first 2 games. You watch even the first 3 games. All 3 games, the Celtics went up double digits, and then just flat out I don't know why.
Pulling the Atlanta Falcons.
But you can look at it from the Heat. But I get what you're saying, bro. From the Heat perspective, the Heat could say, "Hey, bro, we started shooting because the Heat shot terrible. Like both those games that they went down. Yeah. The Heat could say, "Hey, bro, we went down and we came back shooting terrible." Like, you know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. Yeah, from like the Celtics perspective, and we're up, like, and we just choked the lead. But the Heat could say, "Hey, bro, we shot awful, like god awful, and we still won this game."
Why'd you shoot awful? Because it could also be because of the defense.
Yeah, yes,
but it could also be just y'all off. But like
that's the good thing about that's what I love about the NBA, like 7-game series. We can see who the better team is. There's really no excuse of you know what I'm saying? Like if the Celtics win, they were the better team. There's really no excuse of why the Heat lost. You know what I'm saying? Like because
you play every playoffs. Nah, keep going.
You go ahead. I was gonna say every team has like bad shooting nights. This is gonna happen. Like nobody's gonna shoot like 70% from 3. Like how like last night the Denver Nuggets shot like 70% from 3, or something like it was some like ungodly number. They were like cooking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if they keep doing that, they say they were just a better team, but they can't have it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about basketball though. And like we'll find out tonight. Or what's the score right now?
Looking at 35-36.
Yes, it's going to be another good game. So I mean,
each game has been good, which is crazy.
It has, bro.
Each game has been down to the wire.
Every bubble game, honestly, like every single bubble game from like from the beginning, like the first 10 games, like all the games have been really good.
Yeah, not gonna lie. But you know what I really like about this series is that each game there's a different star. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a different person each game that's gonna give you 25.
Duncan Robinson was one. Marcus Smart was one. Yeah.
Marcus Smart bag got deep, bro. I don't remember. I swear, bro. Bro, he's cooking off the dribble, bro. I've never seen this.
I swear to God, they kicked it out to him. I was like, why the fuck you kick it out of Marcus Smart? He wet the three. I said, what? And I was like, whoa.
Bro, Marcus Smart is now a respectable shooter. Like,
what position is Marcus Smart, a 2?
Shooting guard.
He's a 2, yeah.
He's a 2 guard. He's a 2.
You know what's odd? You know what's hilarious too? Like, he can really play the 3 also because he's so good at defense. Like, he can low-key change his entire trajectory in his entire career. Like, if he really gets this shot down, like, it's not consistent yet, but it goes in. It can go in. But if he really gets this shot down and he keeps playing a level of defensive playing, God have mercy.
The crazy thing, one of the most things, like, I'm really impressed by him, like, bro, like, he facilitates the offense. Like, he really runs the whole offense, bro. Like, he's really
the heart of the Celtics offense.
It's crazy, bro. Like, bro, real talk, like, he's, like, really one of the most important players on that team. And it's crazy because, like, we didn't realize that, like, in the 2018 Eastern Conference Finals, he was there. And, like, he wasn't making this type of impact. But if this Marcus Smart was playing, like, then, bro, like, it would have been done. I'm be honest. Like, that series would have been done in, like, 5. They would have got the Cavs up out of there easily. Like, easily, bro. Marcus Smart, bro, he developed, bro.
Really, a lot of Celtics developed. He got the Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown combo going. Marcus Smart.
The Celtics have a super high ceiling. And
I got a question, bro. Does Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum not like each other?
I don't know. That's a good point. I thought they love each other.
Why would they love each other? When I watch it, it looks like they like. You know how like Paul George and like Kawhi. You know how the way Kawhi looks at Paul George, like disappointment. Yeah. I don't know if y'all noticed that throughout the whole season, but Kawhi hated his team. Like you can see it. And like I see like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, like they like how I would say they stand each other, but it doesn't look like they're like. They don't look like they're like each other. Yeah, bro.
Like they don't hang out outside the court, bro.
Yeah, they don't. Low key, would have beef. They would have been addressed it.
Low key, what I think it is, I think Jaylen Brown thinks he can beat Jason Tatum, and not beat him like Jason Tatum's like years ahead of him or something like that. But I think Jaylen Brown feels like, hey, this can be my team just as much as it can be your team. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's more like a pride thing.
I don't know why.
And
I don't know why.
Low key, I can kind of agree with that statement too, because of course Jason Tatum is the better player right now, but Jaylen Brown is actually
just as good, honestly.
Yeah,
I would
improving at the same rate.
Just one step behind, but being one step behind isn't bad. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like you can say that he's one step behind on offense, but on defense, Jaylen Brown's elite.
On defense, Jaylen Brown's a better defender.
And Jason Tatum's not a bad defender. Don't get me wrong, but Jaylen Brown's like, I mean, he can guard probably 1 through 4.
Yeah,
I think, and I hadn't watched a lot of basketball when we wanted to do a stream originally, so I just got caught up. So I'm just now like in the mix. I think another thing to take away is that like when it's like, and I'm saying about championship identity, I think that was complete bull because I'm starting to see who cares if you got hoopers, they gonna hoop. I think now it's starting to see like, okay, we got all these options now, like. The Celtics low key don't have a option to score in the paint. Like I'm looking at this team, I'm like, bro, we got all.
We really don't. We really don't have.
Like who is the big?
Cantor is our best offensive big.
Yeah, you got Theis, but Theis like he be struggling with Bam Adebayo.
Theis does not do nothing on
Bam Adebayo is a lot to ask out of Daniel Theis.
Even though he isn't even like an elite offensive player.
Yeah,
like
yet
he's struggling. I'll say yet for sure. Yeah. But I mean, like as of right now, Bam's not an elite offensive player.
No,
Bam's
not elite in a one-on-one situation, but like
by no means.
When you talking about within the offense,
off the pick and roll, yes sir.
It really goes through Bam. If you think about it,
like off the pick and roll, if you want to pick and roll, just get it in there, yo. Fire.
Like, that's as hard to defend as it is.
But and I was saying, I'm like, if this team just had even a level 2 big, we don't need God tier big. We don't need AD, bro. Like, give this team Dwight Howard. This team is dangerous, dangerous. And I think the lack of a big is gonna kill them if they. That's
honestly, that's the only reason why I'd rather play the Celtics than the Heat, just because the lack of interior.
The lack of it.
The lack of it.
Lakers size.
Because I honestly, bro, I feel like Bam is gonna give AD fits if they play in the finals. Honestly.
Yeah. No cap.
Yeah.
No cap.
I feel like if the Heat play the Lakers, I feel like that series will come more down to the role players, what the role players do for the Lakers. But I feel like if the Lakers play the Celtics, and I'm not overlooking the Nuggets. I'm not overlooking the Nuggets by any means.
I'm not.
But I feel like, I feel like if the Lakers
we know what's gonna happen. We know what's gonna happen though. We know what's gonna happen though. LeBron let that boys get through. Fool.
I don't think LeBron gonna let one man bring this.
No, sir. He's not gonna let. He be damned. He will guard Jamal Murray himself.
He will.
LeBron
will get on the court.
LeBron make calls to Adam Silver before they lose. LeBron say, man.
LeBron will be.
You tell him to chill out, bro. You need to chill out.
But we win this chip for Kobe too. Hell no, the Nuggets is not going to no fucking finals.
I will not lose this series.
I will not lose this.
He gonna pull an Ed low key. Remember Ed was like, whatever I do, I will not make sure the Lakers win this championship.
I don't know.
But Bron gonna say, whatever happened, I will not lose this championship. I'm getting this chip.
Bro. And the worst part, and I'm saying this to say back to what I'm saying about the C's. It's like if they make the finals, AD and LeBron and Dwight and even JaVale is gonna cook them in the interior. It's even though I think they do have a good chance, defending, because they have Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart. Dice isn't bad on defense at all, but it's just
he be fouling out. He be struggling.
Yeah,
he be, but he's not terrible. He's not. I'm not saying Dice is.
He's not a scrub.
He's not a scrub, but it's he's just such a liability on offense, and he's just not consistent enough on defense. But he can play defense. But it's I just can't imagine AD backing up Dice, hitting a post fader or just wet for 4 games, bro. You're losing. And it's
wait. I get what you're saying though, but then you got to factor. There is an X factor with the Celtics. I will give it to him. Kemba Walker, he's an X factor.
Kemba,
if Kemba goes nuclear, bro,
plays good, we're winning.
Honestly, we depend on that. That's the problem. And I think Ed said this. It's bro, I keep saying Kemba, but Kemba don't be doing nothing. And it's can you and it's crazy because before Kemba was a C, in my honest opinion, Kemba was a walking bucket. I don't know
no
what
pressure.
happened when I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it was no
pressure.
Even the beginning of the playoffs, Kemba was still in his groove, but as the rounds got tighter, the Raptors, when we went to Game 6, Game 7, Kemba started shying away. Not only did he not get points, he literally did not shoot the ball.
And what was it? 5 points? What was he shooting from the field?
5 points in 52 minutes, bro. 5 points in 52 minutes.
Bro was doing a lot of footwork drills that whole game.
As a superstar.
Bro spent an hour on the court to get 5 points.
You said, bro,
the whole game.
You got it, bro.
And it's the crazy thing about that. I would have expected that from Dragic, but Dragic had 27. Dragic averaging 28 right now.
22. Yeah.
Dragic is the highest scorer off the Heat this whole play.
I was you expect that from what's the name, bro? I don't know what Kemba's doing, bro. I just think it's pressure, honestly.
I don't know what it is. But it almost makes me think it almost makes me.
Not even just a spotlight. It's Boston playing in the Boston, but Boston one of the most historic franchises. Them and the Lakers, bro. That's the biggest spotlight.
And I think another thing is just seeing the Celtics run like a well-oiled machine just makes me why did y'all bring Kemba in the first place? Like, there's no way you didn't know Marcus Smart had improved the shot because it's not
No,
like
I'm gonna be honest. This team isn't as good as they are without Kemba in that regular season. Like I got you got to give it to Kemba, bro.
I see what you're saying because Kemba in the regular season was fine. Like, he was fine. But like, you got to this point, and it's like in the entire playoffs, it's like Kemba's a footnote. Like, literally, he's a footnote in the entire run. We got to like we went to, if you look back at the Celtics playoff from 2020, you're gonna be like, Marcus Smart played his ass off. Jason Tatum is if you didn't know now before, you know now that he can shoot at will. And Jaylen Brown has made strides to prove that he is one of the best in the world. Those are the three takeaways. We're not going to talk about, oh, yeah, Kemba did this. Kemba beat the Raptors. Kemba shot the game-winning free throw in Game 7. No.
Hey, bro. Hey,
we're not going to talk about that.
What's up?
Do you want Kemba back next year? Like, I know he's on contract.
I actually do want Kemba back. I do want Kemba back. Like, as much as I've been talking about Kemba, I do want Kemba back. It's just
he's a solid
we got
facilitator.
this
He
far
really is.
with him in the offense, and it's just the fact. Let's say he's had he's had 4 bad games in a row. Game 3 was pretty good. Last game was pretty good for him. But like he's had 4 bad games in a row. But like
4 bad games in a row is not something good.
I can't just like mark his whole like season and playoff experience off them games, you know?
I get what you're saying, but in my opinion, it's just like basketball. I feel like honestly, basketball more than football is really what have you done for me now kind of sport. Football is too, but I feel like basketball is really blown out of proportion. Like you can play great next year and be in the next year, like bro, you suck. You're like bro, I went from 22 to 18. Like
look at Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, look, that's a perfect example. Russell Westbrook averaged 20, I think like 28, 7, and like 8, something like that in the regular season on 50% shooting. And then people calling him a scrub now. Off of 4 games.
Bro. He's averaged like what is points in the playoffs? Like it's literally under 20.
Yeah, bro. That's not even a year. That was literally 4 months.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Basketball really is like it's amplified. Like it's really what have you done for me now? Like it really is. So and if we're looking at it from that perspective, in Kemba's case, it's like, bro, you haven't done crap. Like like Mike said, you on the court doing
Kemba off that.
Hey,
like
you
rather stay him.
He really looking like
Kemba right
post
now.
championship.
Running up and down the court for fun.
He looking like post championship. Pre-championship Kawhi. Not Kawhi. Pre-championship. What's his name? Kyle Lowry.
Like you're not doing a damn thing.
Hey man,
like,
Toronto ain't giving
like
up on Kyle. Toronto ain't giving up on Kyle, bro.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine last year if I told you Marcus Smart is going to have a more impactful time in the playoffs next year than Kemba Walker? Would you believe me?
No,
you wouldn't.
So, no, you would. If I would have told you that last year, that Marcus Smart is going to have a better time in the playoffs, he's going to jump off the screen and say, "Wow, that guy's a basketball player."
But I feel like
would you believe me?
No,
I
feel
wouldn't.
Sports this year overall has been like kind of shocking. So.
Yeah, sports in general this whole year has been shocking.
Like you can say that
but
about
still,
anything.
That's the point I want to point out. Like a big and sports this year, it's accountability.
Hey,
and I'm holding Kemba accountable. I'm holding Doc accountable. Holding Paul George sorry ass accountable.
Hey.
I'm not gonna hold Kawhi accountable because it's not really Kawhi's fault. I'm holding Pat Bev accountable.
Hey, we should have never got Kemba. We should have stayed with Terry Rozier. Is what you're saying?
Get low-key.
I don't know.
Not Scary Terry. Not Scary Terry. But Scary Terry has improved since he left.
No.
Barely. Not even. He just had more minutes. That's really it. He just got.
He's not bad by any means.
I'm about to look at his efficiency, bro. Hold on, bro.
I don't know.
He's not a bad player.
Pedestrian. He's a very pedestrian point guard right now.
Like to me, bro, I feel like the Scary Terry, like that Eastern Conference like finals, that like kind of changed. Like I feel like he thinks he's elite.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like his ego is up there, but
he's not bad by any means. Like
no, he's not
a bad player.
I'm finna look at his efficiency. Hold on.
His stats is probably he's probably averaged like 14 a game.
Nah, you gotta get into adjusted shooting and then get into his efficiency rating.
That boy big.
All right.
God.
So in his I'm about to show you.
That boy got in his bag.
Oh God.
he's a much better shooter, even with more minutes. So in 2018, 2019, when he played for the Boston Celtics, his adjusted shooting with his what is it, with his whatever points per game or whatever, it's .501. With the Hornets, it's .553. So he's clearly a better shooter. He's not. He's definitely playing better.
Well, 2019 was definitely a terrible year for.
Okay, let's look at his best year. Let's look at his best year hooping.
What was that? Was literally that playoff.
That was 2017, right? That was 2017.
2017, 2018.
All right, 2017. God, I gotta go find the playoff man. Okay, here. Playoff shooting. Here we go. And it's
I got the notes. He didn't even that quick. He put them boys up quick.
Only in Boston.
Okay,
so
I'm saying at the Carfax.
Even in Boston, like here it is. So from his full field goal percentage in the playoffs for 2017-2018 is .406. He's still shooting better in 2019-2020 regular season as a Charlotte Hornet. He's definitely improved. So I don't want to hear that. But at the same time, no, I don't think that you got.
Same time, he's a Charlotte Hornet.
Though. He's a Charlotte Hornet. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna give, but I'm not gonna. But don't sit here and tell me, oh no, that Terry Rozier is pedestrian. He's not pedestrian. He's made progress. He's made considerable progress.
He can make progress and still be a pedestrian point guard.
My man is walking around the streets right now.
Yeah, he's a point guard at this point.
But that's not. He's not. Him and being at home is not his fault. It's Michael Jordan.
No, I'm not even talking about at that point.
Because Trae Young at home, but Trae Young elite.
Yeah,
but he ain't no regular pedestrian.
No,
Terry Young is he's a good point guard, bro. He's not a bad point guard by any means.
He's a very good point guard.
Yeah, he's good.
He's making him sound like he has no game. Talking about he's pedestrian. The hell, but we're gonna talk about.
I didn't say he was bad.
What
he's
just
very average. He's just very average.
What in the hell? He's not very average is a hard take, bro.
That's the average.
Dwight Howard right now is very average. I'm not.
Dwight Howard right now is a role player.
Yeah, Terry Rozier is not a role player. Very average is role player. Like,
but he's a
Duncan
starter.
Robinson
he's
isn't
like
even very average. Like, what are we saying?
Duncan Robinson is an elite shooter. That's all they need him for, though. That's all.
Like, what are we even saying right now?
So, what would you call? What would you call Dennis Schroeder?
Dennis Schroeder is slightly above average.
And then how was Terry Rozier not averaging?
Yeah,
Dennis averages more than
But Terry Rozier and Dennis Schroeder are it's weird, but they're in the same caliber of player.
But Dennis Schroeder's a backup.
No, listen.
Yeah, Schroeder more.
Listen. But listen, I'm not done. Dennis Schroeder could easily start. And so could Terry Rozier, but Terry Rozier could easily be a backup just like Dennis.
But like the fact that he even thought of even putting him on the bench is possible shows he's an average point, like above average. That's above average.
Not necessarily. You could be an above. Lou Williams is the best example. You can be an above average player coming off the bench.
But let's be honest.
That's by choice.
Lou Will's off the bench by choice.
Yeah, that's by choice.
Lou Will, no, really, brother. The reason why I think Lou Will's on the bench because he's seen Iverson, the way Iverson went out, like flamed out, and like I don't know if y'all remember, I'm tongue twisting and everything. Lou Will got drafted by Philly, and he's seen like the way Iverson like flamed out. So I think Lou Will sees that, and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go off the bench." I don't think Lou Will's on the bench just because like he's a scrub. He just accepted.
He
his
chose
role.
that himself.
Because Lou Will's like
he said
34. Lou was old. Like, he's at 34, so he just understood like the stage in his career that he's in.
But still, you acting like okay, average players come off the bench. Not necessarily. You can be a good player come off the bench. Like,
but Terry's a good point guard, bro. He's a C+ point guard. That's not bad by any means.
And Dennis Schroeder is a C+ player as well.
They would not be better with Terry Rozier though.
No, that was a little bit of a stretch. I agree because Kevin and Terry Rozier are not in the same caliber of ball player. But still, if Terry Rozier if we're just looking at just stats, Terry Rozier right now, when he was playing in the regular season, is more efficient than Kemba is now. I don't even want to look at Kemba's playoff stats.
See, bro, but Kemba's in the playoffs, though.
Oh, my God.
Terry Rozier.
Oh, my God.
I get what you're saying, bro, but Kemba's in the playoffs. And Kemba's like...
Kemba been running for an hour,
Tatum,
only put
Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown.
He ain't hear you, bro. That man is on the court just running suicide
for an hour.
Everybody else
hooping for an hour.
Everybody else hooping.
We can all hoop for an hour and put up more than 5.
Bro, me, I can't hoop. I'm gonna put up more than 5
for an hour.
Come on, bro. That's my point.
It's man, Jason Tatum has no points.
He talking about the game.
Oh God!
Right, let's switch gears. Let's switch gears. Let's switch gears real quick.
Let's switch into Lakers Nuggets. Lakers Nuggets.
Yeah.
Lakers and Nuggets.
All right.
Hey, shout out the Nuggets, man.
I think the Nuggets will get one.
But hey,
I'm not gonna lie.
We pulling the Bronny anyway. We smoking on that Nuggets pack this year.
Oh my God!
We smoking on that Nugget pack, bro.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This series could have easily been 2-1 Nuggets. Very
really could have. I mean they.
That AD
don't
where he pulled that from, but he pulled that out of his ass.
Oh God,
that was a good
bro!
shot.
Like, are y'all like? Have y'all watched the games though? Like really watched them?
Yeah.
Like, do y'all see Jokic traveling? Like, do y'all see him travel every single play? Like, do y'all see like he gets touched and it's a foul call? Like, am I like what? Like, Braun doesn't get any foul calls. Like, y'all watch that though? Like, it's crazy, bro.
Are we already used to that though?
Hey,
like, it's crazy to me, bro.
Can I say one thing? Remember when I said Jokic is the best center in the NBA? You see how he's in the finals? Thank you very much.
Oh my God,
bro! You just said Jokic is the best player in the NBA because we said Embiid, so you just want to disagree. You said you never even watched Embiid.
Bro, I said I never even. Yeah, I didn't even watch Embiid.
Bro, Embiid's second best option was Shake Milton.
With my eyes, though.
My eyes.
Like, bro, like you can tell the officiating BS by the fact that Jokic be having like 2 fouls. But there's no way Jokic being as unathletic as he is, it can guard AD without fouling. There's just no way.
You know what's funny? Joshua said this. He said Jokic is so unathletic. It's like it's so hard to watch him dribble and be like, bro, how is this not travel?
He plays like a dude from LA Fitness, like dead serious.
Oh my God! But nah, them fadeaways that he did.
He plays like that guy from LA Fitness that just
that fadeaways that he did the other game, boy.
Bro,
man,
are so ugly. It looks like somebody trying to do like. It looks like somebody trying to do the Dirk fadeaway, but like,
bro,
it was so ugly. It's so ugly.
Fundies. And you know what's hilarious? He has Gary Harris, who's athletically gifted, and then Jamal Murray, who's a super athlete, right there as his wings. It's like, damn, bro, how do you fit in this offense?
Hey, is Jamal elite?
No. But he's really, really good. He's really good. Like, really, like,
jeez, this playoffs is proven.
I don't know, but Jamal, man, he certainly has stepped up his play.
I'm not.
I never see him ball like this before.
Bro, I'm not gonna hold you. You know what's crazy?
He's right.
I actually thought.
To be honest,
no, for real, I actually thought the guy who was going to make that jump for the Nuggets this year was going to be Gary Harris. I thought Gary was going to do it. I didn't see Jamal coming at all.
Wait,
I did not see
Jamal
coming.
Okay. I see you got to talk about him traveling. Okay.
Because I was like, whoa, like.
I just watched him double clutch.
Jamal Murray is really.
Jamal Murray showed up
under there.
Every team,
and really gave him the beats. 50,
oh God.
50, 35, 50. I'm like, bro, you don't get tired of balling, boy?
And giving y'all favorite players buckets.
Bro likes winning.
And you know what's crazy? I want to attribute it to the no crowd, bro. I really do, cause like he just playing red basketball.
Some guys they feeding off of that. Like not having a crowd there and stuff like that.
No pressure of a crowd. You just
that Nuggets team is really feeding.
That's why I'm surprised. Like Kemba not balling. Like back to Kemba. Like bro, we've seen Kemba in the biggest moments. Like cardiac Kemba. Like in the national championship.
Oh God!
On that shot, money ball.
Like bro, I mean, he might just be one of those guys that feeds off a crowd. Like there are guys like that.
Guy that feeds off a crowd too.
There are guys like that feed off crowds.
Yep.
I feel like LeBron feeds off a crowd too, even though he's still playing great. I feel like he
does. He does.
I agree. He gets another gear when he knows like the world is watching you. I feel that. I agree. That's a good point. Who else? Kawhi's a little bit like that too, but Kawhi can do both. I've seen like that shot against Philly. That's 100% crowd. Crowd is making that shot money. I don't think that shot goes in if it's like rag basketball. Like,
if you look at it, it was just a broken play. He just dribbled to the wing and
he just
threw it up.
dribble to the rim and cock that bitch and let it hold. Yeah, but it's still like you don't have like I don't know how to describe it. You just get a lot more bigger. Like you just become I don't know. It's kind of like a gladiator thing. It's like you hear the crowd roaring. Like I gotta show out. I gotta do something. Even if the play is broken, I gotta do something. And it's weird because every other sport's like that other than tennis and basketball. Basketball, you usually see guys who when there's nobody there. I'm like, damn, bro, when you get called like that? It's crazy, right? You don't see much of tennis because tennis, the crowd reactions don't mean much in tennis anyway.
Well, because
but
they're kind of quiet for the most part.
Yeah,
they're quiet
for the most part. Until there's a win. You know what I mean? Until it's the win is certified, then they cheer. Basically. Yeah. So. And I think Jamal Murray is one of the many that benefits from not having a lot of people watch you. I don't think Jamal Murray crumbles under pressure at all, but I think he really does benefit from just hooping. Because I think Jokic said it best, bro, we have nothing to lose. We're not even supposed to be here right now. So
to be honest.
We're not even supposed to be here. I think
it is the fact that they have nothing to lose.
We have nothing to lose. So we can just play basketball.
Hey,
like the Lakers got the Kobe.
Yeah, Jokic said it against the Clippers. He said, bro, like, we just here having fun. Like the pressure's on them. We wasn't supposed
to be honest. Like they went past their expectations.
Like get this far. Like I'm not gonna sit here and guys will be like, you know, we thought we was gonna make the championship. No, you don't, bro. You know potential. You know your peaks. You know your lows. You know your highs. I know the Nuggets. Like, okay, we can make the playoffs for sure, and we can make a decent run. There's no way they thought they'd
like second round.
Yeah, second round. I know, and they're gonna say like we gonna block out the media. No, you don't, bro. You listen. You're listening. You're in the bubble right now. You're listening. They've exceeded everybody's expectations. So they're just chilling. Jamal Murray's like, bro, I'm like, what the hell? I'm gonna go hoop. Like,
you got nothing to lose.
Like I got nothing to lose. Like I've already proven myself. Like Jamal Murray's already rose in his stock as a basketball player. Like his stock is up there now. Like. You can now say, all right, Jamal Murray's a top 10 guard. You can now if you say it's not gonna be out the question. You say, oh, Jamal Murray's top 10 guard. It's not out the question no more. Like he's a top 10 guard. It's not like well maybe you can argue that.
It's obviously a top 10 guard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, obviously.
You can now sit there and argue. Yeah, the Nuggets, great franchise, love the franchise. They're done rebuilding. It's there. They can do it.
The thing about that team is really nice.
You know, like. And it's everybody else can sit there and say what they want, but the Nuggets are primed to do whatever they want. If they push the Lakers to 7, I would not want to be surprised. Honestly? Like, I was surprised when they did it with the Clippers. I was surprised when they did it with the Jazz, low key.
I was surprised when they pushed it with the Clippers. I ain't gonna lie.
I was in shock.
I mean,
I was shocked.
I was in shock too. The Clippers were supposed to beat them. Beat them.
I knew this, bro. I kept saying it the whole year. The Clippers were not as good as people made it seem.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, they were. They just underplayed.
They were not.
They underplayed that last game. They fully underplayed.
Bro, people underrate chemistry, bro. Like that is one of the most important things in sports. You can't see it, you can't touch it, but it's so important, bro. Like we seen that in football. Let's relate to football. The Browns on paper, the Browns should be one of the best teams in the league.
The Bucks.
You know what I'm saying? But the what's the name? The pairing of Odell and Baker, like a young quarterback, and that
and
that should be like the best.
Joku,
you know what I'm saying, bro? But with whatever his name is, with Kawhi not playing games and Paul George sitting out games. You got other players on the court, bro, we went 6 games with the Warriors, last year. Why, you're not better than us, Paul George. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? That chemistry matters, bro.
That article that says players that were role players thought they were better than Paul George.
The moment I really knew that the Clippers weren't going to be good is whenever half of them were leaving the bubble. Whenever half of them were we don't really want to be here. And stuff like that. When Lou Will went to the strip club and whatever he did, what he did, Montrez was gone for a reason. Montrez left for a legit reason. His grandmother had passed. So that's a legit reason. But the other guys who were leaving the bubble, coming to the bubble late, that's when I was bro, this team don't really.
They don't want to be here.
They don't really mesh, bro.
Nah, I'm not gonna hold
you. The whole thing with Paul George.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still surprised.
And you heard a player rolling their eyes and stuff like that.
But that's because of Paul George is really just ass.
Bro, he's not trash.
Ass.
He's not
Jokes,
trash. No,
Jokes
no,
is
no,
funny,
he's
bro,
not.
but he's not trash.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. Paul George is still a world class hooper. It's just that
He
God,
don't
is he
show
terrible.
it.
You
And,
can't. You
and,
can't.
and
You can't put him
please,
on
God,
top
like I
he's
10.
said,
terrible
please,
Don't
to
put
play
him
God
on
against.
top
forbid him to
10.
go into the playoffs.
God,
No.
he terrible in
Just
the playoffs.
please.
I just
Like,
kind of
no,
feel
he's
like
a playoff choke at this
goodness.
point. Like,
what
he's a
what
playoff
really
choke.
is with
Paul
Paul
George
George.
is not no top 10, top 15
He's
player.
not,
Bro,
but
all
he's
right,
still world class.
bro.
He's still world class.
This is what it is with Paul George. What I feel like happened. I feel like he got overrated from the like those matchups whenever he used to play
For the Pacers?
LeBron and Indiana.
Uh-huh.
I think that did him a disservice. We
I
made him feel
mean,
bad. Like we kind
I
of
see
put
what
him
you're
in a.
saying.
he really
put him in-
hasn't
I see
not
what
been
you're
the
saying.
same since
because
injury.
he played with Indiana, so like the moment they had a star that was scoring more than 25 points, they were like, bro, he's the GOAT. But really in
the
reality,
second
like it
coming
was
of
just,
Reggie Miller.
in reality, it was more. He had a really good team. He had Danny Granger. Yeah, he got hurt, Danny Granger a lot. But then that was a solid team. Like it was a really solid team that like
No, I
they
really think
benefited off of him.
I really think what did it was the year he finished third in MVP voting when he was with the Thunder.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what did it.
25.
That too. Yeah, that too.
That's what did it.
Yeah.
His confidence and all that was up there, and I don't know, he just felt like he was that the year where he coined himself playoff P?
Nah,
Yeah.
I think it was was it?
Yo.
That wasn't the year. It was the
No,
year
it was
that
I
year or the
forgot. I
year
forgot he
before?
played 2
It
years.
was
I
the
forgot
year,
he played 2 years.
because that 25 when he put up 25 a game, that was the year that Dame waved him bye bye. No.
Yeah, I forgot he scored. I forgot he played 2 years with Oklahoma City. That was the first year with Melo.
Yeah,
there you
first
go.
year,
That 25
yeah.
was that playoff P. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Like,
I
that was
remember
that.
Winning
that.
some playoff P.
I don't know, bro. Paul George is still world class. It's just
He's not no top 15.
His playoff play makes it so hard for me to justify even saying he's world class.
I don't know. Field goal percentage, his career playoff field goal percentage is a 43.3. His three
good.
is a 38.1.
His 3-point
His
not bad though.
efficiency is.
I mean, that's not that bad to be
What's
honest
his
with you.
efficiency? What's his
51.
efficiency?
As a career.
51. That's not bad. That's
Even
not bad.
in
That's not bad.
No, because you got to count his Indiana years was
Indiana,
great.
okay, that's probably why it's so hard. Because Indiana, he's going bonkers in the streets.
Well, okay, so this past season, his efficiency rate was a 53.9. So
53.9. That's cap. You're looking at the wrong.
I'm looking at basketball reference. Basketball reference. And tell me the cap it to me.
Paul George.
Bro.
No, I think he had.
Nah, it's true. Nah, it's true. But it's like he like whenever it came to the playoffs, that's when he really whenever it came to the last game, that's when he really stunk up the place.
This is playoff game log I'm looking at.
He's had some good games. It's like he's had
he had a few good games in the playoffs,
he
but
averaged 21 points in the playoffs.
The team needed more than just 21
points. I'm gonna lie to you, the team needed more from him.
Yeah, exactly. The team needed way more from him than just some pedestrian 21 points.
Yeah. You got LeBron and AD both averaging 25 plus. You need to be on that level too.
Then you had like players on the regular, like you had your other star players like putting up at least 30. Like you need to be up on that level with them. Like you already turned on the game. You already know, all right, Kawhi finna just give me 30. LeBron about to give me 30 real quick. It's just you already know they about to just it's the instant bucket. Whenever you look at PG, you like, well, is it playoff or is it PG?
Is it Paul George or is it playoff P?
Exactly.
Every game.
Way off P.
Way
off P.
That's crazy. But
way off P, man.
But yeah, because Kawhi, his efficiency was a 52 this year. He averaging
like not enough people are getting on Kawhi for how bad he played though. Game 7.
I mean, both of them played bad.
Okay, but like Paul George is like it's like okay, you've seen this before. Like
yeah,
Paul George played bad, but you've seen this before. But Kawhi Leonard, a player that like people comparing him to like LeBron and like up there, putting him at that level, like greatest in the game right now. And for him to drop 14 in a game 7, that really hurts your career.
That was really bad. They like Harold. Like, no. It wasn't even Harold. It was somebody else. It was like a somebody off the bench had more points than Paul George. Like Smooth. I did not know this dude's name. I did not know this dude's name.
With Paul, like if he wasn't scoring, I'd be like, okay, cool. but he wasn't even defending.
Exactly, he
Like,
wasn't
like
even defending
in the
either.
round one against Luca, like they put him on Luca, and they're like, you know what, bro, let's go ahead and switch you off and just throw
Exactly.
let's throw Morris on him because this isn't working.
And
You know what I'm
then
saying?
like,
Like,
man.
he's shot, bro. His confidence is gone too.
Then the Nuggets game, the last game, like the game 7, Jamal Murray was just basically just handing buckets to
Handing
both of them.
buckets, yes,
It's
sir.
Jamal
like,
Murray
hey, you get a
scored more
bucket,
than
I'm gonna
LeBron
give you a
James
bucket
and
too.
Warriors
It
combined.
was just
Dang.
intertwined, just
Montel
both of them.
playing better than Paul George. Damn. Wait.
But Doc Rivers' game plan was terrible that whole series.
Bro,
That
It
was
was,
it was really
like, it
bad.
was like I
Doc
don't know
Rivers needs the most
on
blame
like the
out of all of them.
first. I think it was 3-1, and then I think game 5. I guess they changed their game plan to double Jokic, and
Because
then
there was
Jokic started racking up assists, and they kept doing that. Then it got to
You
game
can't double
7,
Jokic. Like
and they
you,
got to
Yeah.
game 7,
Hey,
and they
bro,
were
thing
like,
is, they was doing the same thing with the Mavericks. Like they kept that
Jokic,
same philosophy. They did the exact same thing with on the Mavericks, and they almost lost it. And this time they actually did.
doubling
The crazy
Jokic
part-
is
The crazy part is they doubled Jokic, and he just became the greatest passer of all time. That is hilarious to me, bro. Because all he did was just pass it out the double. You know, but I think another thing that needs to be talked about is just, again, accountability. Doc Rivers, this is too much, bro.
yeah, it's
too
just
much.
as much as Doc Rivers' fault as it is Kawhi.
As it is Paul
He
George.
just sat
Like,
back and watched it happen. That was the thing about it.
hey, bro, bro.
Hey
Not like-
man,
Man, here we go. This is exactly like, here we go. We're finna do it again.
hey man,
say,
he
bro,
was looking at Kawhi and he was looking at PG, and he was looking at both of them at the same time. He's just like, man,
say,
Kawhi,
bro,
can you please help us?
this-
Because PG ain't.
This is really like this is an old topic we just got done talking about, but this just came out just now by the Chargers doctors. He had 2 DUIs, rated for DEA for riding himself.
Get him up out of
Module 8
here.
is prescriptive.
What?
Malpractice for severe patient artery, malpractice
Fire
for
that
lawsuits
man.
for multiple
What'd I tell
career-ending misdiagnosis, and he lost his surgical
What?
license in 2013.
What
Man,
did I
who-
say? What?
Man,
What?
who Peter Wacker was he
Bro,
sucking?
hired?
Oh
Bro,
God,
bro,
who
first
Peter
of all,
Wacker
bro,
was he
time out.
Oh my
sucking?
gosh, bro!
Time
How
out.
you get
Flag
hired?
on
What?
the entire play. How is this man still a doctor?
I'm
Exactly.
saying.
Jesus
Hey,
Christ!
bro, sucking people off. I'm sorry.
Oh God,
What?
he was in the front office with it.
Hey,
Nah, but like how?
That's
bonkers.
insane, bro. But we got
How you
to get back
make
to
your
topic,
feet
bro.
go
That was
back?
insane.
Back to subject though, bro.
that's
Nah,
crazy.
that is
Bro, I had to take a
that
sip
is
after that one.
bonkers, bro.
I had to take a sip after that one.
like what? That did not make any type of sense. Not gonna lie to you.
Bro. Mark is really telling the truth. What in the hell? That man is a villain.
Oh
I
my
told y'all he
goodness.
was a villain, though. I told you
He was a villain.
Oh my goodness.
He's a
No,
thief
he
of the
not-
night.
That's a
Superman.
dastardly
That's a
Yeah, he was a
Superman.
demon,
What?
man.
Nah,
A
he's
thief
a
of the
dastardly
night.
He
thief.
built different.
A dastardly Dan, boy. Dirty Dan.
He built
That
different.
boy
Dirty Dan.
moving different. Oh my
All right,
goodness.
all right.
He's on a
So
way
okay.
different
Before
type
we
of
move
time.
on to the next topic, who's going to the finals? Just I need everybody to like.
I got
I got-
Lakers.
Give
All
me
right,
that.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna have to
you
go.
want my hot take? You want my honest opinion?
Your
Both. Give me
hot
both.
take. Go ahead. Give
My
me
hot
both.
take, man. The Nuggets and the damn Heat, man. Let's get it.
Oh
That's the
my
hot take.
goodness.
Oh my
The
god.
Nuggets and the Heat. It's
Yo,
not happening.
That is pretty. Yeah, it's hot.
That is
Nuggets
hot.
and Heat, man.
I got Lakers Heat.
Yeah, I got Lakers.
I got Lakers C's only because I want to see the C's get cooked in the paint because I just know they're gonna get destroyed. That's it.
Wow.
That's the only reason.
Ultimately,
I don't want to see him win, honestly. I just want to see him fail, honestly, because they're not gonna hold that man. They can't hold AD. They won't even be able to hold JaVale McGee. It's gonna be a slaughter.
They gonna blow them out
So-
4 games, or they gonna win 1?
They're gonna win one. They're gonna get one. Jason Tatum is a scrub, bro. They're gonna get at least one,
Okay.
maybe 2.
Maybe 2. Okay.
Yeah, but it's all Lakers. It's Lake Show, bro.
Okay.
It's for Kobe, bro. So they better the C's better take that pay cut and whatever they gotta do, lose. It's for Kobe, bro.
For Kobe.
It's for Bean, bro. Y'all gonna have to lose, bro. I know when you said that clip on fifth quarter about you refusing to let the Lakers win, you didn't plan on Kobe down, but well, RP Bean, bro. Y'all gotta take the L for Bean's sake. For Bean's sake, bro. If
Tough.
the C's manage to beat the Lakers,
That would be the most disgusting thing that's
that
ever
will,
happened.
bro,
That'll
that'll
be
the
that'll be
sickest day in
horrible.
sports. I'm talking about everybody's going.
Like, you know, make it
Nobody-
more disgusting. It would just be disgusting just because the fact that like this chip will make the Lakers will catch up to the season rings, and then it'll be to like the arch rival that Kobe battled his whole career. Like this would just be disgusting.
It'd
Like,
be disgusting. Like
it'll
Kobe
be
would
disgrace.
be rolling in his grave.
Nah, it,
Like,
nah, it,
no.
it, nah, it would really be a 2020 year.
And the crazy
Nah,
thing is
that
Ed
would be the
wants
most
this.
2020 thing
Like,
ever.
that's the crazy thing.
The crazy
Ed
thing
wants
is,
this.
Ed wants this.
Be a 2020 year.
Like, he wants
What?
this chaos, bro.
Like, that is the wild part. He's okay with that happening. Like, man is a sicko for real.
I mean, y'all seen what happened, yeah, bro. Y'all seen what happened once the Lakers started rolling. Y'all seen
A
what
true
he
demon.
said and what happened after he said it. He said he would not let the Lakers win.
he will.
And after
Bro, it's an entire.
we went through a whole
I
pandemic after he said that.
Bro, Ed himself made coronavirus. He was
Corona.
Backroom cooking
I
it up.
refuse.
he said I would not allow the Lakers to win this championship.
Oh God.
He said-
Over my dead body. Bro.
Then boom,
Why not?
Corona.
that was still the craziest thing in his whole podcast, bro.
That has to. It's too. Nah, he planned it, bro. No cap.
Oh,
Like,
God.
the timing is perfect. He says it 3 months later. Corona. It starts
Oh,
with the
God.
Z. Like, think about it. Open your third eye, people. It's him,
Bruh.
bro. He's the
He knows everybody this whole time.
Bro, the worst part is he's a biomedical engineer. Open your
And
eyes,
mind
bro.
you,
He's
and mind you, the game ended in Oklahoma. All this stuff ended in Oklahoma,
open your
and they are
eyes.
in Denton. I'm telling you.
Open. Unlock your third eye, people. It's him. He was gonna stop. He
It's
was gonna stop
him.
the Lake Show by all means necessary. It doesn't matter.
The funny thing about all the Edge has been quiet.
Oh God.
I have no words.
Wow. Wow.
It's like
No
we playing
type of
Among
word.
Us.
Oh my.
But who's y'all pick for the finals, bro? Who's y'all pick for the finals?
I got Lakers and Heat.
Lakers, Heat.
Wow, we
Might
really
be.
got your Celtics losing, bro. That's crazy.
I do.
Well, everybody got the Celtics losing.
No, I mean, really, just cause bro, like the way the series look right now, I think the Heat are up
That's
right
not
now.
looking
Yeah,
hot,
the
bro.
Heat-
It really isn't, bro. I'm not gonna
Like every
lie.
game been close.
And but I'm gonna be real, like the way like the Heat, I mean the Celtics like lost it with each other in the locker room after
Yeah,
like
that's crazy.
after that, like imagine if they go
That's
down
cringe.
3-1. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
really.
Like,
Oh yeah,
It's-
that's hard.
it's like yeah, bro. It's just
And
I
Jimmy
don't
and
know,
them
bro.
boys is a
Y'all-
well-oiled
y'all even
machine.
see
They
y'all
love
locker
each other.
room?
Nah,
Y'all just-
man.
Oh God, they out here partying with each other, chilling.
They over here having the time of their life in the bubble. Like, nah,
Man, my man serving out $20 coffees
bro. Like,
That's expensive, bro.
from the room, straight
Like-
from the room.
You
You know, and-
expensive it is.
I think another point that should be made is like if the C's get that far, they really do have to contend with playing LeBron again. And we saw what happened
Yeah.
last time they do that.
I think, bro, Tatum's built different, bro. Tatum,
He is
Tatum
built
come back
different.
down from that.
I don't know.
Tatum
Tatum
built
is
different,
built
bro. Tatum
different.
wants that.
I see though.
Tatum wants
want
that.
it. Tatum want it bad because everybody else want it though.
Cause I
I think
guarantee
everybody
every
else
person,
doing one. What?
I guarantee every person
Man.
on that roster, Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, the guys who were there, like in the Eastern
They
Conference
all
Finals,
want it.
they know that they feel that they could have won that.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
definitely feel like they could have won that. So they're hungry. I can feel it. I want to see the Celtics in the finals, but like I think the Heat are gonna win it. Like I want to see Celtics Lakers. That's just like a
That'd
classy
be
final.
Would that be, in my opinion, would that be a disappointing season for the Celtics if they didn't make the finals?
Yeah, I feel like it would.
They were
Nah, bro, definitely not,
They
bro.
were
Bro,
kind of
Braun won his
everybody's
first
pick.
championship at 27. Jordan at like 28. Bro, Jason Tatum's only 23. Like, bro,
Yeah,
it's
but
not.
Jalen Brown I think is just as young,
Jason
right?
Tatum, Jalen Brown's 24. Like, it's not disappointing
24,
by
yeah.
any means, bro.
Okay.
But you think about it, this is the best
So-
opportunity the Celtics have to make the finals.
This
Bro,
is their
really,
window,
bro?
no cap.
Because
Because
if you think about it,
their
next year you
contracts
got
are
the
running.
Nets.
Yeah.
Next year
Next
you
year
got
the
the
Nets
Nets.
are up.
I got a hot
And
take on the
then-
Nets too, but I'm gonna say that for a different podcast.
Kyrie and Kevino, please, bro. That God have mercy. We're about to see the
Say,
basketball God
hey,
come
Paul, MVP Paul George and Kawhi, Finals MVP Kawhi Leonard. Like, I mean, like, bro, it's possible. It's not
No.
impossible.
back. Nets and Clippers.
It's not impossible, bro.
Ew.
But hey, I'm gonna just say I'm not saying the finals. I'm saying that it's possible for the team not to be as good as predicted.
Bruh, I'm sorry. Any team KD on gonna hoop. Point blank period. Unless you're talking about the 2016 Thunder. They're all gonna
Look,
hoop.
bro. I'm saying my hot take,
They're all
bro.
gonna hoop though. They're all gonna hoop.
Yeah,
And they got Kyrie.
Come on.
Hey,
Kyrie.
we slided into
But
the
no,
next topic.
but hold on before we go. Ed made a good point that the Boston Celtics window low key is like now.
I don't think
next
so,
year,
bro.
No, listen.
Contracts,
Next year, bro. Next year they got the what? The Nets. They got to deal with the Nets. Tatum hasn't re-signed yet. I don't think they only re-signed Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
So Tatum is due to be a free agent the following year after that. Marcus Smart has Marcus re-signed? I don't think he has either.
No, sure.
No, I don't. But I haven't heard anything about him resigning. So
Bro, I don't think so, bro. As long as they
Guys
have
gotta get
Tatum, bro.
paid.
As long as Tatum is there, bro, like they're
Like
straight.
if they keep the core, then
They straight,
Sky's
bro.
the limit.
We're
Sky's
good
the
for
limit.
years to come.
Yeah,
but
sky's
like,
the limit. But
Bro,
as-
I mean,
as
Jason
of-
Tatum's in year 4.
yeah, his contract's up.
Bro, he's been to the Eastern Conference Finals
Marcus
2
Smart
times out of 4.
re-signed.
2 times out of 4 years, bro.
Marcus
Come on,
Smart
bro. Like
re-signed?
they're
So,
straight.
It would not
The bit.
disclose terms, but it happened. Oh, never mind. Wait. It's I think no. So no, you're right. You gotta think either next year or the year after that. They have to.
Yeah, after that. Okay, that's what I thought. Because
It was
I'm not
2018,
gonna hold
I
you.
think of the year.
I'm not gonna hold
But
you.
to cause some
Tatum-
chaos though,
Tatum deserves a supermax, and they don't get that money.
just to cause some chaos though, Tatum like did grow up a Lakers fan, so you know what I'm saying.
Bruh, no.
God,
Please.
I don't even want to
Please.
imagine.
Just to cause some chaos, you know what I'm saying.
I don't even want to imagine that kind of world, bro. Like, I'm only on the Lakers bandwagon for this year for being. After this is screw the Lakers, fuck the Lakers for real. It really is F the Lakers on everything.
I grew up on the Lakers with Kobe.
Nah, bro, I could care less for the Lakers. I love Kobe, but I could care less for that ugly ass organization. I never cared for the organization. It was like,
That's the greatest organization in sports.
All right.
I don't know about that, bro.
Okay, so his contract don't end to 2022. Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart. Okay, so they got Marcus for a little while, but that's next year and the year before because Tatum is due.
Yeah,
Tatum's
his due
contract.
next
I know
year.
that. I know Tatum is the biggest free agent available.
I'm just
biggest young one.
this kind of random. You know how we just been saying the Celtics don't have any rim protection. I don't know if y'all seen Sixers. They said everybody on the table is up for trade. Should Kemba and Gordon Hayward find their way in Philly for Embiid?
Kemba and Gordon Hayward
for Embiid. Woo! That's a good point. Nah.
Why
Gordon can find his way out of town though, but I think to get Embiid is gonna take a little bit more. Low key.
And Kemba?
Yeah, I low key think Gordon gonna go.
Gordon can go. Gordon gonna go
Very
either
soon.
way. Yeah,
Bro,
but,
Kemba.
Because they're spending
like
a lot of
we'll
money on Gordon Hayward.
And he's just hurt. That's all it is. It's not like Gordon is a trash. He just hurt.
No, he's just been hurt a lot.
Just been hurt. And remember when he almost it wasn't a supermax, but it was like 96 million.
So speaking of Gordon Hayward, his contract ends in 2021 as well. So
20, yeah. So and they paid him. Remember when he was a free agent? And we were like Gordon Hayward is the next.
Yeah, they paid him like he was gonna be a star.
They literally only paid him because what's your head coach's name again? Brad Stevens. That's
Stevens.
He was his coach in college.
Yeah. But remember, it wasn't like Gordon didn't deserve it though. Gordon put up 23, 6, and like 8. He was hooping.
He did not deserve it.
He was hooping. Let me look, bro.
They were paying Gordon Hayward like he was gonna come and be like.
Bro, I feel like anybody like with like a brain kind of just knew that like Gordon wasn't really that guy.
Bro, what?
No,
he wasn't that guy.
When they signed Gordon, I was thinking he would be a second option, like a good second option,
bro,
like a good solid 20, just 20 a game.
So the year 2016, 2017 offseason, they signed him. He had just come off a year where he put up 22, 5, and 3. That's a great second option, if you ask me. He deserves
exactly.
He deserves that 90. They didn't give him max. They gave him like 93, 95. I remember that. I was like, dang, Gordon Hayward got that bag. He's finna go to the seas, but he has not lived up to it. And it hasn't been his fault. It's been injuries. It's really been injuries. It's 127. Oh, they gave him the max. Oh shit. Oh wow.
127 4 years. I got the look at the contract right now.
You got that tax on me, yo.
Hey.
Man, I don't know.
Hey man,
that kind of makes it crazy, bro.
Nah, they getting rid of.
Hold on, I'm gonna share my screen with y'all real quick.
Jeez,
Wait,
they gave him a max. They gave him a max.
That's what I'm saying. We gonna have money to give Tatum.
Bruh, you have to
once
give
you get rid of
Tatum.
Gordon.
Y'all see my screen?
Bro,
Embiid, man.
Listen. You have to give
Actually-
Tatum super max money though. That's what I'm saying.
I don't mind that. You don't think the Celtics gonna have
Really?
money for that? They gonna get rid of Gordon Hayward? Like, come on, man.
Bro, you have to, not only, but that's $200 million.
See that?
After
Y'all see
that, I see it. Oh,
I don't
wow.
see it. Where am I
see
looking
it. You
at?
gotta go to yeah. Wow.
4 years, 127 mil.
Supermax for real.
That's a super max.
Supermax.
Hey.
No, that's max. That's max contract. So,
But I'm saying like
I'm saying
can get a
Tatum is
supermax off.
Tatum is $200 million plus. He's getting Lillard money. He getting Lillard money. He deserves Lillard money. He's proven he can get Lillard money. Y'all got to you see that the Portland Trailblazers don't have nothing because they're playing Damian Lillard so much. The salary cap exists like we hope it does. It should be hard to keep 4 superstars. Or 2 superstars at that, because Jaylen Brown has superstar potential. Should be hard to keep 2 superstars. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown getting paid $100 million, so
$100 million, and you got to pay him $200 million. It should be damn near impossible to do that if the salary cap is how we say it is. But now, if Tatum does get paid 127, or just really replaces the money that Gordon is getting paid, fine. It's going to work. But I really don't think him or his agent or his family is going to be like, bro, if you don't sign this $200 million contract from a team that will pay you and the team that will give you the best chance to extend your legacy.
What team is going to pay him and also give him the opportunity to go to the finals every year?
The Nuggets.
The Nuggets?
The Nuggets.
The
Nuggets have the money to do it. That's the first thing that comes to mind. The Nuggets or the Raptors. First 2 teams that come to mind easily. They have the money to do it. Nuggets or Raptors. Nuggets have nobody on payroll. Nuggets and the Raptors have nobody on payroll. Not a soul. Nobody's getting paid anything upwards to 31 a year.
But we've been on the Celtics subject. Let's hop on to the next subject, which is
we've been
my bad.
on
We've been on subject for like 30 minutes.
All right, but on to the next. The next topic is Giannis. Giannis winning MVP. Y'all think it's like, bro, this.
Are you
judging by the criteria of like the way they say it's the regular season? Like he definitely should have won it.
He should have won it
because like number wise, he had like the greatest season of all time. But I don't really believe in PER and all that. But they say he had the greatest season of all time. But I mean, I really feel like they need to change it. Like I feel like playoffs should be factored.
I feel like because it's hard again, and I just don't. And go back to what I said. Basketball is what have you done for me now? And you can't say,
I feel like
they
should have
in the regular season. MVP. No, that kind of waters.
I mean, playoffs MVPs, finals MVP. Like that's what
final
it is.
MVP essentially. Like,
would you really take it like that,
bro? Yes.
If you're the finals MVP, that means you're the best player in the playoff.
Not necessarily, but in a sense, yes. But most of the time, yes. Most of the
when they won the finals, the Golden State Warriors.
Who was Iguodala?
You think Iguodala was the best player in that playoffs?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
But most of the time it's based off the playoffs. But sometimes there's
Kawhi won with the Spurs. You think he was the best player of that whole playoffs?
Yeah, there's sometimes where it's only based off the final, but most of the times they give it to the guy that played his best in the entire play.
No, it's literally all based off of the finals.
Okay, regardless, it doesn't make sense to have a playoff MVP. That's
if
redundant.
They had a bubble MVP, they could have a playoff MVP.
That makes no sense, bro.
That's just adding the thing. They should just make the MVP based off of the playoffs as well.
Based off of the playoffs, at least the first 2 rounds, bro, for the guys that are contending for it. I'm not talking about everybody else.
Yeah, playoffs MVP. That's like
just the guys that are contending for it.
Like you know what I'm saying? If he get playoff MVP, then that means like I don't know. It's just kind of like it's just like too much at that point. It's like too many awards.
It's too many awards.
Okay, I can see that. I can see too many awards.
And on top of that, it's like I go back to my point, and I can't stress it enough. Like, if basketball is more like, bro, what have you done for me now? Like, for real. It's not like football. Like, basketball is really based on, bro, if you were averaging 30 last year and you are now averaging 24 this year, you suck and you have regressed to the point where you are a scrub and you will never achieve anything. That's how bad it is in basketball. And
that's a crazy, bro. Like, if somebody like hopped in like during you saying that, that'd be like,
That's the ultimate way to turn off.
You suck and you're a scrub.
But like that's what basketball is. Like that's what basketball does. So if that's the case, the playoffs, and it's not just the media, fans do it and players do it. Like so if that's the case, include the playoffs. That's the most relevant thing. And I'm not saying include it for everybody who's now eligible to win MVP come playoff. Just the guys that are in the top three. So LeBron, Harden, and Giannis should be considered as okay. What have you done? And their
I feel like
resumes in the
MVP kind of
playoffs
just
added into it.
MVP almost like it kind of coincides with best player in the league. Like you know what I'm saying, kind of like it's odd because like Russell Westbrook won it, but he wasn't the best player in the league. He just had the best season. So it's like MVP is just such a weird award because like it's like the criteria is different for some seasons.
I don't know why it's so convoluted in basketball. Like in football, it's usually clear cut. Usually in football, it's clear cut.
Football. Like, you can always tell. Like it's not really discussion, it's not really debate. Basketball is kind of like it's always a debate. You can always argue like who won every year.
And if we include the playoffs this year, there's no way in hell Giannis is winning MVP. No way in hell.
He choked.
He choked so miserably, and he didn't even play the last two games. It was sad to watch even. Like
back to back. That's crazy. Back to back MVP.
And it's like we're not, and that's not to take away because now Giannis is a certified Hall of Famer. Giannis can fall off the face of the earth. He's going to the Hall. You win 2 back-to-back MVPs, you're going to the Hall. There's no
easily. You win one MVP. Every MVP. Every MVP's in the Hall of Fame.
Like you're certified. It's stamped. He is first ballot without a shadow of a doubt. But it's like I get it. His legacy is essentially stamped. He doesn't need to do anything else. But it's like I just don't feel like he. It's one of those like now if it's like if he just didn't do anything ever again, it's like we're gonna remember him, but 10 years, 15 years down the line, who's gonna care? Like I see what it's kind of like. It's not like AI or like Steve Nash where they're still.
It's like T-Mac.
It's like T-Mac. There you go. It's like T-Mac. It's like 15 years down the line, nobody's gonna care. Like we're not gonna say you're a scrub. We're just gonna be like, it was good when he was hot. When you was one of the best, but we're not gonna. Yeah, you know what I mean? Pause. But we're not going to talk about you like in the same breath as Kobe. You know, we're not going to, you know what I'm saying? We're just not. It's not a knock on you. It's just how basketball is as a culture and as fans. Like, that's just how we see it. Like, you know what I mean? And it's tough because it's like Giannis had a great regular season, but his playoffs were so bad. It makes you question, like, why the hell did he get the playoff nod? I mean, the MVP nod. Like, there's no way you see what he was doing in
really, bro. Just to fix it, it's really a simple fix. Just give it. I think they used to do it like that before the playoffs. They would give the MVP award out.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So then there'd be no confusion. That's
fix.
right.
Like the past few years, it was literally the first 2 games of the first round. They would give out MVP.
That is right. I don't know what took them so long because it makes it. It makes it look so questionable. It makes it like, bro, are y'all watching basketball? I'm not even a diehard basketball fan like some people. I'm not casual, but I'm not deep into basketball like I know everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I am into football, but like I'm watching the playoffs. I'm like, there's no way this is like. Imagine a casual and just never watched the game basketball in their life. I'm like, this is your MVP. This is the league's MVP.
Can't be.
Watching the playoffs right now. This is the league's MVP. Casual, never watched a game of basketball in their entire life. You mean like, what the hell? This is a joke. But you see LeBron, you've heard of LeBron, you see him hooping out his mind.
AD too.
You see AD hooping out his mind. You see James trying. It's like, why the hell would we give the MVP to this guy? Just it almost devalues becoming MVP because it's like, who cares? You're not even in the playoffs anymore. Like the championship is more better. And the worst part about it is like you see them cartoons where it's like it's Giannis and LeBron in a track meet and it's Giannis reaching for the MVP, but LeBron is running for the title. It's like you literally make the MVP irrelevant. Like it's like who cares if I win MVP because I'm getting rings, that's not how it should be. Because in the NFL, the MVP is just as not just as important, but it's just a step down from the Super Bowl. Like
I mean, a good example of the MVP really being irrelevant. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard has no
Yeah.
MVPs. He has 2 Finals MVPs, but people put him in the same pantheon as Michael Jordan and
Michael Jordan.
LeBron James.
Yes.
And he has no
Literally.
finals, like he has no
No regular
MVPs.
season
MVPs.
MVPs at all. And it's like, if you want, and this is the problem the NBA has now with attracting people. If you want people to be interested, the people that you give the accolades and the awards and the glory and you claim these are the top of the top have to be the guys playing lights out. I'm sick of the narrative, and I think NBA believes it too, that we can't give it to LeBron every year. Yes, you can, bro. LeBron's the best in the world.
They should have given it to Michael Jordan every year.
Like I don't need to see a different guy every year, bro. If LeBron is playing, if he's
the
not
best
only,
player
and
in the
when you
world,
say
give it to the best player in
you
the
just
world.
give it to the best player in the world, like it's no brainer. The most
Shouldn't be
valuable
arguing.
player, not just for their team, but for the entire league. Like the Bucks don't make the playoffs without without Giannis. They do. You can't. I'm hard pressed to think that the Lakers make the playoffs and make the run that they're making now without LeBron.
I mean, we've seen AD
No.
by himself, and it was
It
not a
is.
lot of playoff runs.
It's
AC.
very. It would be
It's
very
AC.
hard pressing for me to believe that with the roster without LeBron. That's what I'm talking about. Like, and if you spin it, let's go to football. Lamar Jackson, last year's MVP, was beyond a shadow of a doubt. Even though you can argue Russ was the most important player for his team last year, and not only that, was the most important player for the NFL as a brand.
He looked the most impressive as well.
Like, so, like, I just don't know. Like, I'm not trying to go too deep into it, but I feel like the NBA makes it like they just don't like. It's like, he's the MVP, whatever. We gonna see y'all in the finals though, for sure. And it's like it shouldn't be that way. Like the MVP should be just as important as the title. Not to say the MVP and the title should be on the same level, but it should be like we should hold the MVP in the same status as the guy that won the championship. But in the NBA, it's like, bro, you won the MVP, but you suck. You know what I mean? LeBron's better than you because LeBron has more rings. You know, and it's like, I get it, but why? Why is that? And that's my whole stance on it. I think they should have gave it to LeBron, like, because it just makes the MVP look so devalued now. It just does. Like, it's like, who cares if you win? I like,
It
honestly,
makes
next
more
year,
sense.
like, next year it's like I don't care who wins MVP. I'm trying to see who goes to the finals. Like, I was looking forward this year to seeing LeBron win it for Kobe, all that good stuff. LeBron's making a deep run. They gave it to Giannis. Not taking anything from Giannis, but it's like Giannis didn't even play the last 2 games of his series to stop them from getting swept.
I mean, that's not his fault though. But I
That's
mean,
not
I
his
know what
fault,
you're
but
saying.
it's like, bruh,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
you
You said
know?
what?
It was gonna happen whether he was playing or not.
He was
Yeah.
gonna have to whether he was
Yeah,
playing or
that's
not because he
gonna
wasn't
lose
playing
regardless. But
good.
like,
Exactly. So
He wasn't playing good, but it's just like, man, I just want the MVP to mean more like it used to. Like when Steve Nash won it over Kobe, everybody was like, "What?" Like it meant a lot.
Twice. He won it over Shaq and Kobe.
It meant a lot. I want that to be like when AI won the MVP, the black community cried tears of joy. I want it to mean like I want that to be the case. Like when Lamar won MVP, everybody sat up in NFL Twitter and clapped. Everybody doesn't hate Lamar and it's not racist. Clapped for Lamar Jackson.
the last great MVP choice was KD.
It's KD unanimously.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna be real,
It was
bro.
Russ too. Russ was a good one in Russ.
Oh wait,
Russ
Curry,
and Curry.
Curry.
Won back to
wouldn't
back.
You
even
can
in
say
there, bro.
Curry. You can say Curry. But there was
But
arguments
2016.
against Russ. There was arguments against Russ.
man,
Not really, bro.
that's
After 46 triple
crazy.
doubles.
That's crazy. The
It's
first
insane.
man to average a
Breaking
triple
records.
double after Oscar
He averaged
Robertson.
triple double. Like I completely agree with him being MVP, but I know some people that argue that like literally like James Harden should have won that year.
That's crack that they smoke. Hey, get them. Hey, we're gonna have to get the line for them boys. I don't know who
Yeah,
they is,
bro.
but
Russ
I'm
was
gonna get the
unbelievable
line
that
for.
season.
There you go.
I can hear it.
There you
Yeah,
go,
without
boy.
Russ, bro, them boys
I don't know
weren't
who
doing
it is.
nothing last year.
Nothing, not a soul. Nothing.
So I guess
So
I'll throw in our last.
that's it.
Our last 2 random, so it'll be real quick, just in case people want to know. So first one is NFL Hall of Famer, Deion Sanders.
Prime time.
Got the head coaching job at Jackson State University.
Hey, they finna become a powerhouse. Deion finna recruit everybody.
Bro, imagine Deion Sanders going into your as a high school student. Deion
You
Sanders
see
coming into your
Deion,
living room, bro.
I'm crying
The
tears.
greatest
Nigga.
corner of all time coming into
I'm
your living
crying
room
tears,
talking to you,
nigga.
trying to get you to play at his school.
Real talk, I'm crying tears, nigga.
Fun fact: he
I'm talking
already
about
recruits.
Deion.
Since I'm kind of in the high school portal when it comes to recruiting, a lot
That
of
boy plugged in.
yeah, but we're gonna talk.
You
We'll
in
say
the
that for
streets
another
like that,
day.
Mike? You in the streets like that, Mike? Damn.
Sir, I work with a
Tap in.
lot. I work with a lot of kids.
You in the streets like that, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
So a lot of kids. I mean, is honestly like they're recruiting probably for the next 3 years, finna jump a lot just because throwing his name as the head coach does a lot. Like
Y'all
I
think
believe it.
like schools like Ole Miss and Mississippi State they're gonna like struggle now, like getting recruits?
No.
no, like because it's
D1
still
still means a lot to guys.
I
It's still
mean,
D1
Texas Tech
FBS.
still D1 is D1
D1, but
WNBA.
it's D1 FBS.
Even with like the time
FBS means
period
a
we're
lot.
in, like guys like Mickey Williams, like making like statements like, "Hey, bro, I'm finna go to like HBCUs." Like even like with that happening,
Nah, because I'm
That's
sorry,
a good point.
D1
No, no, no,
facilities
no,
are
no, no,
D1
no. That's a
facilities.
good point.
I'm
That's a
sorry.
good but this is Dion. You can still get D1 facilities. It's Deion Sanders. Like Deion Sanders has connections.
Like
Like
I said,
he actually makes a very good point. That's a HBU. I mean, yeah, HBCU. That's a very good point, Mark. I actually don't know. I don't know. I actually
and
don't
these are
know. That's a
some of the
I
very
kids are
want
good
to see
trying
it
to
point.
play itself out. I don't have an opinion on it either. I just want to see it play itself out.
and plus kids. Like I said, a lot of these kids are trying to go to the league. Is Jackson say a team that get looked at as far as college? I mean, NFL team come to look at them and
And
stuff like that. That plays into it too.
and another thing with like HBCUs, usually HBCUs don't get funded. Now you got Deion Sanders. They're gonna get
Who?
funded. They're gonna
Yeah.
get
Well,
they're gonna
first,
get TV time. They definitely gonna get funded. And you got didn't Emmitt Smith go there? Am I tripping? It was another Hall
Um,
of Famer that went there.
unless I can look it up for you
No,
real quick.
it wasn't Emmitt Smith. It wasn't Emmitt Smith. It was another Hall of Famer. That's their alma mater. I forgot the name.
I'm about to look it up, bro. I'm on it, bro. I'm on it.
But yeah,
For real.
bro. But like that school is definitely gonna get funded now, and they're gonna get TV time because like, bro, who doesn't want to see Deion Sanders like coaching? Like you know what I'm saying? Like he coached the Suns, and the Suns was eating like that football team, the prime, whatever it is, the football team, the high school team, and they was
Yeah.
eating.
Walter Payton. There you go. Walter
Yeah,
Payton.
It's
Walter Payton.
Walter.
Yep.
Bro, come on, bro. Come on, fam.
Jeez.
Come on, fam.
Liam Barney. Probably an older guy. Probably our parents.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Though. It was Walter Payton. That's exactly what I was thinking
It
of.
was Walter.
So they had
I
three.
knew it was a
They
running
had
back.
three Hall of Famers
I'm, I'm,
from Jackson
I'm look.
University.
I'm looking at it right now. The last guy to get drafted from Jackson State to get drafted was in 2008, and it was Jamar Johnson, sixth round.
That the people look
The
like kids
last
look
guy.
into that. They look at is these team having NFL team look at them.
And
Now,
Mike, I
Bro, he
want
has
to point, Mike.
connections.
I want to say something though, Mike. I want to say something. My point is that Deion Sanders isn't a regular head coach.
I
It's
completely
Deion.
understand
Exactly.
Prime time. They literally, and I don't want to cite Deion like he's God, but in the football world, he is DB God.
that. Yeah, I understand that.
Point blank.
But
Period.
it translates.
And
So
I
if
feel
you,
like,
so
I
Mike, Michael, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if scouts didn't come back then, they're gonna come now.
You're right. You're probably right.
Point blank. Period.
Just because the name, of course, you're right. I get it.
It's the
'cause
name. It's the name. If Deion Sanders can vouch for somebody, a scout's gonna listen. It's
So,
I feel
Deion
like
Sanders.
a lot of times people are like black athletes and really all athletes. I don't think white athletes or other race athletes even think about it. But black athletes, like the reason why they don't want to go to HBCUs is because like they don't know if they're gonna get the same recognition that they would at a
Facts.
D1 program.
oh,
Facts.
Now with Deion Sanders, bro, I mean, come on, bro. What NFL scout isn't gonna be like, hey, say Deion Sanders really been recruiting that guy heavily. Why? Like like why is he recruiting that guy so heavily? Let's like look into this. Let's
so
see why he's recruiting this guy so heavily. You don't think of Bill Belichick, a guy like Bill Belichick, who he always goes under the radar, finds like the guys that are like sneaky good. You don't think he's gonna be like, hey Deion, like who is like the guy like at your program that like who's versatile, can play any position on defense? He's gonna get those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like so now we're gonna have
he got
NFL scouts
SEC
going to
transfer,
HBCUs
so
and stuff like that. Exactly, bro. Come on, bro.
yeah, I'm about to
That
click on
program is
it
gonna be
now.
good, bro.
So
That program's gonna blow up.
Deion Sanders shifted the culture for real.
Just by his
easy
name.
move.
Fun fact, he's a DB. The defensive back from Mississippi State just transferred to
Jackson State.
Yep.
Awesome, bro.
So I feel like I think he gonna be there for a while. Honestly, I feel like I said not this upcoming season, but the next season, finna be really interesting for Jackson State University. It definitely be a team to look out for. It's just crazy. I don't know. Like, I mean, he offered a kid who already committed to LSU just 6 hours ago. I don't know. Like, if he start getting these top high recruits, it's gonna be scary for Mississippi as far as the state, as far as recruiting wise.
I agree.
I agree. No cap. Way to go. That's
so,
yeah.
Last thing on our list is Barcelona terminate Luis Suarez.
I seen that. Yeah, I seen that. And he went to Madrid.
Yep. So
Seen
now
that.
officially, Messi's the only kind of star player that plays for Barcelona now, because Neymar no longer plays for Barcelona, and so now Messi's in the Argentina situation again, where he's the main guy, and he got to carry a team. So as far as the soccer world, it's kind of not always necessarily crazy, but it's kind of shocking. We'll see what Messi's gonna do in the next year, since he already said he was trying to leave as it is. Oh no, Messi. Oh, that's Ronaldo. Motherfucker, I don't do mixed up. But as far as that, I mean, that kind of it for the sports world as far as today. Barcelona actually just won today. Oh no! Matter of fact, wait, time out. I lied. Barcelona just got their butt smacked.
The future not looking bright.
No. They lost to a really good team in their in the UFFA Champions League. They're not it's a German team. Bayerns. I don't want to push it up. It's really hard to pronounce, but it's a really good team for one of the championship teams. So but the problem is they lost 2-8, which is a really high scoring game. So, we'll see what happens to Barcelona. Maybe all the hype they've been getting for the past decade and a half might just go out the window. Because everybody, we all love Messi, of course. He one of the soccer greats, but he gonna be it finna turn into Argentina Part 2, literally, for him. And he might just want to get out of there. He why pay for a team? All I do is when we go play national and I go play for Argentina, and I'm gonna have to carry the team literally for almost offense and defensively. So
you gonna hate it.
He probably want to, because listen, I already do it for the national team, and this is my national team, so I'm gonna do it for them because it's the national team. I ain't gonna do it for a club I'm just playing for who paid me. So. But that's it for today's podcast. Thank you for everybody who joined us. Hope so. Y'all want to see us next week? Y'all be seeing us the week after that.
Yes,
we're gonna get more on routine, stuff like that.
Yeah, so we ain't gonna set a Pacific time, just 7 to 8. Around that time, we're gonna start doing the podcast. So just start looking out for us between 7 to 8 o'clock. That time we'll be going live. So
no cap.
Watch sports, wear a mask, be safe out
Justice
here.
For Breonna Taylor.
For
Breonna Taylor. Can't stress that enough. Justice for Breonna Taylor.
Yes,
no cap.
Yes, sir.
No cap. Hey, burn it down, bro.
Hey, man.
So they give that girl justice. No cap. That's all we is, bro.
Hey, man. Stay with us.
Black Lives Matter.
Stay tapped in.
Yes, sir. Stay out the streets, but stay into the streets. Stay out the streets, but stay into the streets. Think about it. Think about it, and that's it.
Boy, dropping gems. Go ahead and pick some gems up, guys.
Gems,
bro.
Cut the mics,